interview. Like, and we're back. Another day, another live stream. People deluded. I'm back again. First things first. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. Big up to you lot all over the world. Hope you and your family are doing well and safe. And obviously, we've all seen probably in the last 24 hours what's going on in America, people. So I hope everybody in America and everyone all over the world is safe, man, and in good heart, is in good health, and all of those kind of things, man. Like I don't want to say the world's always been like this, in it, but like you're seeing it at the forefront. It's quite crazy. I don't even want to get into that. I just hope you and your loved ones stay safe. And thank you for tuning in. Now, obviously, where football's concerned, Noni Madueke, I know you got a purple patch in you. I'm seeing the stars align. Am I probably doing too much? 100%. You know, I would say you was our most attacking threat against Liverpool. Generally, as a team, we didn't really offer much in that. But you was doing your thing. You had a positive performance against Leeds, positive pre-season and what we've seen, scored for England. And obviously there's rumours of Bukayo Saka returning for Nottingham Forest. I love Saka, but I don't want to see you against Nottingham Forest, at least not from the start. Hopefully we get a goal or two from him, man. It's an interesting period now. Now the season really starts. I mean, we've had 3 games, 6 points from a potential 9. There's some good points. There's some evident areas to improve. Boy, it is what it is. We've got Nottingham Forest, potential new manager bounce. Obviously, them lot down the lane will be tuning in even more because Postecoglou's gone over there. It starts to get dark if you've got 2 defeats on the spin. Our Champions League campaign begins midweek, which we will be doing a watch along. And it's another big game. Well, respectfully to Nottingham Forest, it is a big game against Forest, but it's a big game against Manchester City, as we knew. There's been some rumours they've got an injury crisis. I don't know what's going on there, man. It is what it is, man. You're not doing too much, bro, especially if you see what he did against England. He's cooking something up. Do you know what it is, yeah? Madueke is never gonna. I don't think Madueke is ever gonna be like the bee's knees. He's gonna be amazing. What I'm looking for you to be is a reliable squad member. Obviously, if your form's out this world, you're doing the business week in, week out, you're gonna keep your spot. But that's what I want to see. I want to see obviously Gyökeres, Eze, Saka, these guys do Odegaard, even Rice in that 8, whether I like it or not. You lot are the nucleus. You lot are the guys I'm looking at. But then I'm looking at the Maduekes and Mikel Marinos in particular. Are they the most glamorous players? No. Are they in anyone's strongest 11 if everybody's fit? Potentially not. Are they ever going to be the biggest shirt sellers at Arsenal? 1,000,000% they're not. But you lot watch football. There's a 38 games in the Premier League. There's 50 plus in all comps. Merino, Madueke, these are the kind of guys, I promise you, if we play Real Madrid in the semi-finals again or something, these are the guys that make the difference in those sort of games. So we need everyone to stand up to be counted. And Madueke is never going to be everybody, including myself, cup of tea, but I like his movement. I like how he plays on the right. I like his intelligence. I still wouldn't have done it. And I still don't think, I think the money could have been better spent elsewhere, but I vaguely see it. But Madueke, you have to make this work. Even more so, Mikel Arteta, you have to make this work. And to be fair with you, I feel a lot more comfortable this season with Bukayo Saka's absence than not. Now, obviously, I want Saka fit. I'm never going to feel confident without Bukayo Saka, but we can do something with Madueke off that right. I don't want to see Eze off that right-hand side, but if need be, you can pull him over there. Wanyeri can play over there. And you know what? Max Dowman, I think your future's as a 10 or an 8, but you're 15, you got legs, you're a spring chicken, you're doing well out wide, you drive at your man. Bro, that's an option out there, man. He's part of the first team. But yeah, all I'm asking for you is to just do your job, man. I'm not looking at Madueke to, you know, get double figures for goals and assists. Of course, I would love that. I would love all our attacking players. And I think, you know, whether it's Madueke, Mikel Merino, who for me should be exclusively playing up front, Gyökeres, Eze, Martinelli and Trossard as squad players, Kai Havertz when he's fit. You know, Mikel Arteta, I need you to. I'm not the manager. I don't get 15 million a year. I ain't got pro license. I ain't been a manager. So I don't know how you do it. But just as an Arsenal fan, there's something tactically you need to do to, simply put, get these players in goal-scoring positions and create some chances. Like our XG, and I hate the XG statistics, but our XG is heavy manipulated by set pieces. Keep that, but open play. So it is what it is. Score predictions for Saturday's game. Saturday's a long time, my boy. 2-0 Arsenal. 2-0 Arsenal. You know, obviously Postecoglou and Nuno Espirito Santo, the only comparisons they've got is the fact that they're both managers and they both manage Spurs, right? But they're very different. And I always say that's the beautiful thing of the game. You could be as defensive as Espirito Santo, as attack centric as Postecoglou, regardless of what you want to do. You need to keep balls at the back of your net. You need to put balls in yours. And you know what, boy? You never know with Nottingham Forest. You could be in for a relegation fight if Postecoglou goes left. So I don't know what to expect, but I don't expect to see too much changing immediately in their first game. But yeah, I think they're going to be a stubborn block, low block. We know what time it is, people. So conservative, I'm going to say 2-0. But if you ask me tomorrow, potentially Saturday, I might get a bit giddy, my guy, and say, you know what, 4-0 Arsenal, Gyökeres brace, Max Dalman goal and all these things. I don't think I've gassed Madueke at all, man. I don't think I've gassed him. I don't think he's as terrible as some Arsenal fans want to make out. And let me make clear, I would not have bought him. I think I couldn't tell you who to buy, but I think the 50 million could have been elsewhere. I think Mikel Arteta has to, Madueke as well, but has to make it work because it is a quote unquote expensive experiment. Yes, you can tell me 50 million is the new 10 million. He's 23 years of age, English tax, all of that jazz, but he's got to make it work, really. And I've never thought Madueke is terrible, but I wasn't a big fan of how he was treated. And to be honest with you, it's very different, but more so with Madueke. But the way some of our fans have gone on about Gyökeres and Madueke, I can't lie, it makes me support them even more, whether they flop or not. So yeah, man, is what is. John, big up yourself. Where you been, my boy? Big up yourself. Big up the leaders in the community. Hope everyone's doing well in these crazy times. Crazy times, man. Like, I don't want to say the world's ever changed, man, because you go throughout time, people have gone to war for stupid reasons like tulips. So has anything ever changed, or is it because social media and people are wising up and we're not necessarily controlled by the media, but just stay safe, man. That's all I can say is like, let's just pray, stay safe, be good human beings, man. America is crazy, bro. Getting shot in school, getting shot for having different political opinions. I'm scared for my daughter's future. By God's grace, your daughter is safe and whatnot, and not just her, everybody. I don't want to get too much into this year, but I'm not a big. I'll never celebrate somebody dying, and I'm gonna say this once and once. So I'll never celebrate somebody losing their life, whether I agree with them or not. But I don't agree with a difference of political opinions. I get what you're saying, but it's definitely not. People, in life, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. It's said metaphorically. You reap what you sow. If you spread hate, things are gonna find you in it. So again, I wouldn't say. Again, defo not celebrating, but sympathies, Captain. I do find it quite funny as well. In that, obviously, I'm not going to get into it, but my man died. He is human and he deserves his family to, people to have some level of empathy. But people are dying every day. Thousands of people are dying in Gaza and Congo, etc. And the humanization of one man versus how people look at these people like they're insects is quite crazy. And to be fair, yeah, there's no silver lining with things like this coming up. But obviously, I follow people on social media and I've got friends and family. People say certain things and you don't have to agree with me and whatnot. But when you show me certain things, it makes me think, oh, raw, like, is that really what you thought? Like, Laura Woods has come out and, raw, it's looking a bit booky. Like, I like, at least the wall's not between my eyes, man. But I wouldn't degrade it purely to political opinions. And also, yeah, I don't want to get into a conspiracy theorist, but I don't think anything's coincidental. For one, make of that what you will. The gunshot, that don't look like some rogue guy. That looks like a trained shooter. You get where I'm going. But I don't think it's a matter of differences of opinions politically. Like you've done too much. You've said a lot of stuff. So I'll never rejoice and I'm not happy my man's gone, but my sympathy's capped. I'll be absolutely honest. Especially in this day and age where people thrive of unnecessary hate, like racism, bigotry, all them words, people like all this division around, religion and race and nationality. It does my head in. Like, I was naive as a child, I genuinely thought, I can remember being in year 6, I thought by the time I'm 15, racism and all this stuff will be done. I guess as a child you're innocent, but it's just the fragilities in humanity, man, which is why, again, relating it to us, well, I always say I'm appreciative of you lot. Like, we've built a community of 70,000. We got John here, forgive me if I'm wrong, he's from Ireland. There's always Australian dons here, there's always African dons here, Asia, Africa, Europe, all the continents, like men, women, like all for our love of football. And in this day and age where there's just too much division over nonsense, I wish we lived in a world where we celebrated differences, we celebrated different cultures. No one's better than anyone, but like the world would be so boring if everybody looked, spoke, and sounded the same. And it'd just be nice one day if everybody could comprehend that. But these things are not going anywhere, man. It is what it is. That's the way the world is, unfortunately. Every time I see some Madueke, I see a lost opportunity for Semenyo. I must admit, I always thought Semenyo was a decent player. Last season, I thought, right, like, because I remember, was it last year he scored a very cute goal? Maybe the year before, I could be wrong, but he scored a very good finish at Chelsea, at Stamford Bridge. This season, he started well. I hear it. I thought 70 million was a bit steep, but, you know, it's not, it isn't my money. Football transfers have gone mad already. 50 million for Madueke, 70 for Semenyo. 20 odd more. Sure, there could have been some negotiations over there. Zinchenko could have ended up there. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I do think Mascara has gone under the radar a little bit, and long term potentially is the best sign in this window. I disagree. Pardon me. I think the best sign in this window is Berta. If I stop being silly, naturally that's going to happen in it because obviously we've got Saliba, we've got Gabriel Magalhaes, we're stocked defensively. Big up Mascara. We'll get onto him in a sec. Eze, shirt seller, Gyökeres, Gast, Zubamendi. We've been onto him. I hear that, man. And especially, you never know if Saliba or Magalhaes are going to be here in the next 2-3 years, and we're going to see Mascara. The only thing I would say with Mascara is I think fans need to understand he's young, he's developing. There's times like at Anfield, he's going to look like he's 21, right? He was moving like a veteran. There's going to be times he's going to look 21 or less, but I'm happy with him. The only thing I would say, though, is injuries very rarely. Injuries are not good in it. Nobody wants to see injuries, but for us, injuries rarely happen in one, like one guy is injured. You know, so last season, what did we see? Magalhaes carrying a knock, Saliba's got a knock. Ben White might have 45 minutes. Timber might have 45 minutes. Calafiori's available now. He's not. Lewis-Skelly might have got a red. So it does. I am a bit about centre half, if I'm honest with you, because right-sided centre half. Because what are our genuine options? You've got Benjamin White, in which, if needs must, I'm cool with it. I'm not really, unless it's in the back three, I don't really want Benjamin White as a centre half. I much prefer him when he reverted to right back because obviously he's been able to play centre half. But I'm sure for Leeds, I'm sure for his years at Brighton, he was a right back. We had to do the centre half thing. So we reverted him rather than converted him back to that role. But he's obviously a candidate. You can move Timber across. You might just have to roll with two left footers at centre half. I mean, when it's two right-footed centre halves, nobody says anything. Like, I don't know why, but Van Dijk and Kanate, nobody says anything because they're both right-footed. If they were both left-footed, everybody would be like, "Oh my God, you can't have two left-footed centre halves." So yeah, man. And Hincapie, I'm keen to see him in the squad. I don't know if he'll come off the bench and that, but I like Hincapie as a player. Pardon my language. I think he's a little shithouser. You would have seen him and McAllister getting into it. I want that. Like, I want that. I like defenders who are aggressive. I like defenders who are shithousers. That's the one thing as to why I never fully took to Kivio. Like, I think he needed too much confidence to kind of get with it, if it makes sense. And I like aggressive centre halves. Obviously, like with Magalhaes, for example, obviously when you've got aggressive centre halves, it runs the risk of yellow cards. It sounds dumb, but I like centre halves that are always trying to win the ball, and sometimes you can't. You have to guide people into certain scenarios or situations. You see Chelsea snitching on themselves for cheating. I haven't seen it, you know, but I have seen on Twitter people saying Chelsea been charged with anything. They're gonna bust case. Same way City are busting case, they're busting case. Nothing ain't happening to them. And if they snitched on themselves or went guilty, that means they know how they're getting away with that if they have done something. I don't want to speculate, but yeah. If Ange has sense, he'll set up for a draw. I hear it, but like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Ange, do what you. The only time I've seen Ange be spot on defensively is when I didn't want it to happen. Obviously, if it's Man United versus Spurs in the final, I want Man United to win. That's the first time I've seen him be pragmatic. Forget that, Ange. Go gunshot for gunshot. You know, put 9 players on the line. That helps us. If there's no low blocks, Sonny there at the Emirates, Eze debut, Madueke purple patch, we're talking into existence. Martinelli might fuck around and score as well. Don't everything Nuno Espirito Santo did, Postecoglou, do the opposite, man. Noni is good. I don't care what the comments or media says. I've got eyes. Hope he will be consistent. I hope so as well. We beat them easily. No one would have brought Madueke, although he's quality. Decent squad player, man. But for me, Arteta, you've got to make it work. Because for me, you've got to make it work tactically in the final third. And you've got to make it work. I don't think as I said, I've said everything about Madueke, but at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of fans like myself, whether we like him or not, he's at the club now. Madueke obviously needs to, you know, I'm sure he wants to reach his full potential. Obviously, we've got things we want to achieve. Arteta, you've got to make it make sense because the world wouldn't have bought Madueke. If you buy him and he works, that's why you're the manager. That's why we're chatting shit on YouTube. And there's been sometimes we've been proven right. We've gone raw. Like, why are you signing him? That's not going to bang. William, for example. and we was proven right. But there's also many times we've been proven wrong, rightly or wrongly. When we signed Aaron Ramsdale, back-to-back relegation, why are you buying him this and that? We got a trick out of Ramsdale. England call up, and it's actually harsh on Ramsdale, because just when he looked like he was part of this, obviously Raya's coming. Raya's another one. Like, oh, why are you buying a keeper when you've got one? Obviously, them things have worked out. I'd extend that to Benjamin White. I would say for Arsenal fans, Gabriel Magalhaes. Some of you said Pablo Mari's better than him, and this one's going to take his spot, and that one. And there's been many others, man. To be fair, even Rice in the 8, it's worked a bit more than all of us thought. Wow, what are you doing that for, Gaffer? Noni only chance to take Saka's spot is now. You ain't taking Saka's spot, man. But play to the standard where Arteta might think, right, move out to the left. These are the problems I want. I want Arteta up all night. Madueke's form's out of this world. Can't drop him. Saka's our star boy. Gyökeres is doing his thing. But what about Marino and Kai Havertz, Martinelli and Trossard? I'd get Eze in the team. Wanyeri, who I would like to see Wanyeri start, you know. Now, I'm a hypocrite, because if you ask me to name the team I want to see against Nottingham Forest, it probably wouldn't have Wanyeri. But I think he's getting thrown into, I wouldn't say underrated, because we all know about his quality and what he's done, but I think he's lost in the noise at Arsenal now. Like, obviously, he signed his new duo and that, but I think whether it's Rice and Zubimendi and what we're talking about with midfield, whether it's positives or negatives about Odegaard, where Eze plays, Madueke even, Max Dowman, who's only 15, done quite well off that right-hand side. I think Wanyeri's been lost in the mix, if that makes sense. And he's a fucking good player, pardon my French. DG, with 52 million in your pocket, who would you have bought instead of Madueke? This is what I said, DJ. I couldn't have told you who, but I wouldn't have gone for Madueke. I probably would have, you know what? Ask me tomorrow, I'll actually sit down. I probably would have explored something else, but I understand it. But I do think it's an experiment from Mikel Arteta. Just make it work. That's all we want to see. You know, Madueke does his thing. No one don't care about his price tag. People can lie to themselves, but it's like Declan Rice. No one don't care about his price tag. Rivals will say agendas and all these things. Just make it work, man. And Madueke deserves our support. And as I was saying earlier, like, even if I thought Madueke is the shittest player on earth, from I saw that petition, it makes me want to back him more. It's a bit like, not even necessarily Arsenal fans, apart from, you know, them weird Arsenal fans that overly love Kai Havertz and Sesko, so they're on Gyökeres, even though this time in, like, obviously what? Gyökeres is what, 3 games into his Arsenal career? If that. They weren't... Kai Havertz, whatever you think Kai is for this team, he 3 games into his Arsenal career was not like this. But like, even if Madueke was the worst player on the earth, the petition thing makes me want to ride for him. It's a bit like Gyökeres. Like, as I kind of spoke about the lover boys in our fan base, it's like everyone wants to tear into the go, oh, he looks like he's wearing jeans. I can't lie, I think that's funny because he does. I'm not here for Gyökeres to be pretty. I don't need pretty. I've seen pretty with Gabriel Jesus. Put the ball in the back of the net. Do I think you can link up play? Yep. Do I think you can pull out to the channel? Yep. Do I think you can play well enough with your back to goal? Yep. You're barely fit. You fitted into the system. Arteta, provide these players where they can score some tap-ins. People shut the fuck up about my team. It's as simple as that. And then we need to win something. Bigotry isn't a different political. This is what I'm saying, bro. The guy literally said empathy doesn't exist. And you reap what you sow in this world, you know. This is why you have to be nice, you know. That's why you have to be nice, bro. This is why you have to be nice. You reap what you sow. Because you see this world. You see this world that we live in, whether you believe in God or whatnot, the power of the tongue is real. No one deserves to go out like that. No one deserves to lose their dad and things like that. But we live in a day and age where when people are in positions like this, you can spread hate, you know. Obviously, I'm not in America, but you can see this in England. You can see this. It's a shame. It's a shame. And unfortunately, it's only going to get worse. I wish I could sit here and do the kumbaya thing, but unfortunately, it's not. There's nothing better. There's nothing more that can drive people than hate. And do you know what the saddest thing is? Do you know what the saddest thing is? The people that are making, the higher powers that are making people go against each other, like against one race and another. The elites that look like both parties, bro, they're playing chess. You lot are the pawns. It's never going to change, bro. You look at Brexit in this country. There was legitimate reasons for people to vote out of the EU. Let's have it right. It was fueled by, immigrants are stealing our jobs, when it's actually the UK government not investing in other cities, let alone London and many other issues there. And if you want to take it there, you're blaming the housing crisis on foreigners. Who is selling half of these things overseas? Half of these houses. But it costs to think, bro. Like, people don't want to think. Unfortunately, these things ain't changing, man. But You know what, people, those of us that are white, black, man, woman, Muslim, Christian, us decent human beings, because let's have it right, decent human beings that celebrate differences, that don't think we're better or worse than others. All we can do is band together, and it's as simple as that. Like, there's nothing else. We're outnumbered. So all you can do is pray, man. It's sad. It's sad. Football mirror society. Every now and again, you see racism and bare fuckery reel its head, but it's unfortunate. But what they're not going to do is try and reduce these things to differences of political opinions and free speech. You can do that. I don't have to agree with that. But when you're spreading hate, when you're saying things, boy, you reap what you sow in this world, man. Like, just be a nice person, innit? Just be nice. You don't have to be, well, not even be nice. Just be kind, bro. Just don't look down on people unless you're helping them up. Have empathy for your fellow man and woman. Have some sort of, I don't know how you would describe it, but I might have empathy for a situation that I've never been in. Try and see both sides of a debate and just keep it moving, man. So yeah, big up you. And I've said this before. I'll be real. As much as I live in London and diverse way of life and all these things, you lot restored my faith in a lot of. I've said this on, I think, one of my last deluded thoughts. You lot restored a lot of my faith in humanity, like, because it's not even that I'm pessimistic. I just think, like, I just always, the way I've grown up, and I just you hope for the best, but I'm always prepared for the worst. And at this point in my life, I'm prepared for whatever. But yeah, man, no, Tom, if it's me, I'm a reflection of you lot. You lot have the best mentality when it comes to the world viewing. And you know what I find, yeah, I'm getting a bit philosophical. In times like this, I always find myself coming back to the saying, ignorance is bliss. Because being ignorant, I'm not saying you should be ignorant, but being ignorant, being unable to think, it's got to be an easier way of life. Because sometimes when you can consider the higher powers and the way the world is and the machine, and how things have been going on for years, you can't really change a damn thing. So I'm not saying be in a state of depression, but you're like, it's fucked, lad. Like, it's actually, I need to open my window, man. I'm getting up. It's actually fucked, lad. Like, the world's fucked, lad. Like, it's a bit of a shit. Oh, lad, you know. Like, I'm not even one of them, like, animal lovers and that, but you look at what happening in the ocean, what's happening with the environment and mashing up the Amazon and capitalism, which I don't think is bad capitalism, but greed and all these things and war, and you ain't got money to help people, but you got money for, like, it's peak, man. It's I don't know what to say. Big up my chair. Why is this stuck? Sorry, people. I'm having a bit of trouble over in the second window. All right, let's sit back down. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad, man. It's sad, man. And the one thing I'll give America, at least you lot can be free in your opinions, bro. You say certain things, you're done that is still, but it is what it is, man. Big up yourself, Kaya. You're always here. Nathan, you're always here. Oh, you know what? Tomorrow, people, as well. It's so funny. Tomorrow is actually. Wait, let me check. I need to do the maths. It's our 9th or 10th birthday, as in the YouTube channel. Let me look. I'm sure I got email about this. Yeah, the 12th of September 2016 is when we gave birth. So to this platform. So we're 9 years old tomorrow, metaphorically, DG Nation. So tomorrow, you know what? I forgo grab some rare enough. We'll have a celebration stream or something, man. So yeah, happy birthday to us. I got 2 birthdays. Where's the brand? It's hey, DG for Prime Minister. Hey, I don't know, man. Politics. I don't know. We get to 100K. I'm running for Everton local MP, though. I know that much. Afternoon, man. All united by football. That's why this certain things in football piss me off. Not even just racism, like capitalism, all these things. Because this is the game. This game is for us. Like, it doesn't matter if you're rich, if you're poor, if you're man, woman, 5'2", 7 foot. What team do you support? What team do you support? Are you fast? Are you strong? It's unfortunate, man. DG grew up in the Bronx. His dream was entering paradise, the rest of the world. The Bronx, you know. You're going mad. You got him. I don't want to, but I don't live in a bubble, in it. I try to not let my thoughts come out in this, because I think as a person, when it comes to oppression, I'm not someone like, I like to think I'm logical. If you go look at any revolution, whether it's Haiti, whether it's Jamaica, whether it's any slave rebellion, whether it's even fucking England versus America, the revolution, whether it's ending slavery, Ain't nothing changed by doing kumbaya. Like, please stop oppressing us. Please stop oppressing us. It's been violence. Sometimes it's a necessary evil. And I just feel turning the other cheek in things of that ilk. It's not that it's wrong, but you're not playing by the same rules that they're not. Like, you're trying to keep your hands dirty in a dirty game, if I'm honest. Like, pardon me, that if you've got Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, I'm a bit more to the Malcolm X kind of side logically. That I'm not really on the idiot Martin Luther King stuff. Let people smack me in my face and turn the other cheek. But then even that, like, you know what, we started, so we might as well stop. This is another reason why I don't believe in the world as well, because obviously Malcolm X was very radical. The minute he started to become more like inclusive, gone. Martin Luther King was on the kumbaya stuff. They always say that I have a dream stuff. The minute he was coming out with memoirs saying, I fear I've led my people into a burning house, what happened? Time after time after time, man. It ain't going to change, bro. It ain't going to change, man. Let all our signings go under the radar. Let them work. I can't lie. We had a bloody good summer, Arsenal fans, didn't we? Am I spoiled for saying I wish we signed the left winger? Am I asking for too much, or are those claims valid, people? Let me know. I know Madueke can play there. Eze can play there. Actually, Gyökeres could play there. Mikel Arteta, not that you're watching my streams, don't get any ideas with Havertz and Marino through the middle and him off the left. But I still think we missed a bit of a trick. Now, granted, if there's one man I think needs like a standout, see Martinelli, you need that, man. You need that. We need that because I'm not going to see a left winger arrive at the football club, and you need that because Martinelli deserves a lot of criticism in the same way if he was doing well, he deserves a lot of praise, right? And I think it's gone beyond the system and all those kind of stuff. Those are all valid claims, but come on now. I do think it's getting a bit scapegoaty once you get away from those legitimate question marks. That's just me, though. DJ, I told you about Madueke. At first, I didn't want him, but when we got Eze, I knew Madueke will ball as a backup to Saka. I've seen he's direct and attacks first time. You know what, DG2? I'm with you with that. And I do feel, for me as well, with the Eze signing, I hear it. I'm like, all right, cool. Madueke, you're in the mix. And I guess I'm being a bit of a hypocrite because of what I just said about Martinelli, but I just feel for whether Madueke, I'm not saying Madueke is perfect. He's not going to have frustrations and things, but it's just something new. I'm tired of I love Trossard and Martinelli to bits, but I'm kind of tired of what we've seen over there. At least Madueke is something new, if I'm honest. Like last season, granted, I'm being a bit disingenuous, but actually one of the calmest times I felt about our left wing was the once or twice, literally, we saw Kieran Tierney play left wing. That tells you where we're at, man. Hello, man. Mascara not surprising me. Only people who cave. Big up Lee Gunner, man. Don't do that. Mascara's calm. I'm cool with Mascara. And I've said this. I'm a lot more comfortable when Arsenal sign defenders than attackers because I think we've got a good defensive system. So even if they're not levels or whatnot, a good defensive ethos, not just the back five, how we defend. So there's a bit of a tax that will allow them to mix and blend. But like what I mean by that is obviously Mascara is a good player now, but let's go back to when we had David Luiz and Koscielny and we wasn't as switched on kind of thing, if that makes sense. And you slap him there, he's going to get ripped. He'll have good games, but he's going to get ripped. I'm kind of cool. And the track record, we signed some good defenders. Like Hincapie ain't kicked the ball for us, but Hincapie's doing his thing. Lewis-Skelly as a left back here doing his thing. Calafiori, love the guy, just stay fit. Magalhaes, probably one of my top three favorites in our team. We can't not love Saliba. I do think people need to hail up Benjamin White a bit more. I know he's not the most eye-catching and the best, and Timber's better than him at right back, but that's a man who is, for someone that don't care about watching football, he's an absolute professional. Hiding injuries, playing with hamstring tears. I'm never going to forget that commitment, White. And I think we ran you into the ground. Timber as well, doing his thing. So, yeah, but then you flip it. This is what I was saying yesterday. That's me with our defensive unit, even to a degree, goalies. I don't know how it would have looked if we signed Garcia and didn't have money to do other things. But then the attack, that's where I'm like, okay, we've identified good players. I'm gassed about Gyökeres, like Eze. Think Madueke can do things. Obviously, Max Dowman's got involved. Ranieri's here now. Saka's about. But it's more for me in that I need to see Arteta. Like, it's more of a tactics thing in the final third for me. They do say the hardest thing is to score goals. And I do agree with that. But then I also feel it's got to have been very difficult for Mikel Arteta in these 3 years, but like 4 years if you include this season, but 3 years, because people forget we actually had a decent defensive record in the season. We was blisteringly good going forward. It takes forever to promote good habits, right? And you know where you need to stand and how we press and all of that. It took a while to do that. Surely all those sort of things are harder than just, yeah, you lot link up play and all these things in the final third. It feels like we've done the hard part, man. But best signing, man. Still don't know what he sounds like. Ain't seen no interview. To be fair, I ain't seen Eddie do an interview at Nottingham Forest. But yeah, is what it is. I don't know, man. If we don't win trophies in 2 seasons' time, I think our best players are gonna want to leave to have better careers. I mean, that's football, in it. Like I've seen, Trent. It's different, but Trent's won everything there is to offer at Liverpool. Still wanted to go Madrid. It's the food chain, in it. Is what it is. But where I agree with you is, I want us to get history now because yes, thank you, Mikel Arteta. We was eighth and down in the dumps and all of those kind of things, but I feel the future, like word to Arsene Wenger, the future brings uncertainty, the past brings regret. There is no time like the present. And when it's all said and done, we've had some good days out in these 3 years, mashing up Real Madrid, decent top six record, the run towards the end of that season where we lost out to City on the last day. When it's all said and done, we haven't seized the present. And that's what I want to see now because the depth is there, the players are there. There's going to be bumps and bruises and highs and lows, and we're going to take L's and all these things. But I genuinely believe in this team. I'm not saying this to say that we're the biggest and baddest, but no one can tell me we are one of the best in the Premier League. We are one of the best in Europe. Are we up there with PSG and them things? I'm not suggesting that. But you buck us is a tough day. I'm not saying we're prime Barcelona, but it's a difficult day. And I think those that understand football, when you get beyond the banter and all that bullshit, and if we was to speak to managers, they understand that. But there's no point me saying this. I genuinely believe that all the statistics are there. It's trophy thing now. It's a trophy thing. I know people say, oh, it's not all about trophies. I hear that. I'm an Arsenal fan. It ain't been about trophies in the last 4 years. Get me one, because the fans deserve a day out. And these players, every one of those players that left off the back of last season, everyone that was here, I respect you lot highly. I might not necessarily rate you, think you're the bee's knees, your long-term option, but you lot have my respect. Because when there was places to hide, whether we won, lost, or draw, not a single one of you hid. Lewis-Skelly, 18 years of age, stood up tall. Kivio's not here anymore, stood up tall. When we get beyond the romance of Marino up front against Real Madrid in the semi-finals, remove everything. Say it making sense. And one thing I think is disingenuous with the footballing world, is everybody sits there and say, oh, it wasn't the best Real Madrid side, even though you didn't say that when we butt them. And that's cool. And in hindsight, it's probably good that we had those injuries. Not that I wanted anyone to get injured, because cool, both teams had injuries. It weren't the best Madrid side. I might be being naive. Maybe I watched a different game. But I saw Vinicius. I saw Mbappe, who they said is a flop at Madrid and has got like 30-odd goals. I saw Vinicius. I saw Mbappe. I'm sure I saw Camavinga in the first leg. I saw Tchouaméni. I saw Jude Bellingham acting like a spoiled brat at the Bernabeu. I saw all them stars. I saw a half-fit Saka. I saw Kivio. I never saw Gabriel Magalhaes. I even see Saliba crumble at the Bernabeu and make mistakes. I'm only saying that in case Real Madrid are watching this. You don't want Saliba Canate. He's better than him, man. Have him. Not going to lie, DG, playing with two left-footed centre-backs on FM does cook weird. I get it because of the body positioning and things of that ilk, like when you're receiving the ball, but it's a needs must. I'll be real. It might have to be a needs must thing. It might have to be. Because who is the next right-sided centre-half? God forbid, if someone got injured right now, like, I'm always going to look at Timber and Gabriel Magalhaes, especially off pre-season. Why? I don't know what's going on. I'm very close to maybe Deckers. He might have to do a job. And it scarred me. What year was it? Do you remember? It weren't a green kit, but we wore it in the Champions League. I think the year we played Sevilla in the Champions League, I'm sure Jesus scored. I'm sure Martinelli scored on the counter. Do you not remember that year with that away kit? I don't know why I'm referencing the kit, but if you remember that kit, yeah, we had kind of issues defensively. And I remember Mikel Arteta, who plays smash the like button, by the way, people. Don't violate mods. Mikel Arteta, who plays quite a coy and clever game where it comes to injuries. He was quite honest. He's like, basically, he said, any more fucking about, then Deckers might have to go centre half. And I don't want to get there because I think we are that weird. Every team, if they have to shuffle things or pull one player out, can harm them, innit? But I do think, and that's one reason I'm happy with the depth, and I hope it can correlate. It feels like sometimes when one man's missing, we have to move other players about to kind of fix one hole. So indirectly, we've made others. What I mean by that is you go and look at the first leg against PSG. Obviously, Partey got himself suspended. So now you had to move Rice back into the six where he was starting to come into his own. Marino's up front, he moved. And you can kind of see it. Like, I think we need more like for likes, if that makes sense. Like, it's not the best example because I'm talking about a winger, but Saka might be up here, Madueke's down there. It's not like for like in terms of quality, but we can maneuver. We need to be able to bob and weave smartly across this season, man. DG, send Ben White some clips of you. You can learn from deluded Cafu. I like White. My only issue with White is I think you could be better 1v1. I think you could be better 1v1. And I just think it's not even that you're unlucky. I just think Timber's the guy, man. Like, I don't even subscribe to when some people say Ben White's better going forward than Timber. I don't think so. I think Timber can do that overlapping stuff. He's got a bit more about him, but White should stay, man. And I don't want to be that guy, but Tommy could have stayed for one more year. I know I'm being greedy, people, but one more year, man. I even forgot we signed Norgard. Brother got injured almost as soon as we signed him. I need to see Norgard against Forest because where has he been? Where is he? I'm calm with Mascara. I can't lie. He has serious appearances under his belt. I mean, what? He played 30 odd times for Valencia last season. I want him to come here and say, yo, I'm not on sitting on the bench. Big up Saliba, big up Magalhaes. I think he could do a job at right back. Shout out Timber, shout out White. But forget all of that. It's a World Cup year. My manager's Spanish. I'm sure Marino and Zubamendi are telling me about what it's like for Spain. I want to lay down a marker. I want Wanyeri to be with that. Like, I want him to be like, fuck Martin Odegaard, fuck Max Dowman, fuck this one and that. I'm here to play. Miles Lewis-Skelly, go wrestle your spot back. In a good way. DG always scrapping at Sunday League. Makes sense why you rate Hincapie. Allegedly, me wouldn't hurt a fly. I'm only 5'8". Scared. I'm scared. I'm scared of everything. I think Hincapie is good backup for Saliba. Probably more Magalhaes. We do seem a bit more stocked on the left side of our centre halves than on the right. Like what? Left-sided centre halves. What that would be? Magalhaes. And obviously, couple man can play. Well, couple man can play on that side. Saliba can as well, even though for France he struggles. But what? You've got Magalhaes, Hincapie, Calafiori. I might even be missing someone else out. You know, it feels like I am, but I don't think I am. Then on the right-hand side, what? You've got Saliba, Mascara, push comes to shove, White, push comes to shove, Timber, of course, White, Timber, Saliba, just because they're right-sided centre halves can play off the left. Well, no, actually, I'm chatting shit. Worst comes to worst, Rice. I'm chatting shit to you lot. We're actually probably stronger off the right. On paper, 74 charges on Chelsea. They're going to bust these things, man. I like the thought that Miles Lewis-Skelly will learn off Hincapie and Calafiori. Fair enough, man. Lefties have weird angles, especially when receiving passes. That's why two lefties at the back is spooky. True. Imagine two left-footed centre halves, and then you've got Martin Odegaard on the right. I would say the thing is, I wouldn't even say it's that deep. I just think for me, naturally, you're like, if you're on your stronger side, you might be able to do certain things in 2 or 1 touch. You might need to take 3 or 4. Because I must admit, I see that with Odegaard on the right-hand side a bit. And like, obviously, you go and watch that season. We was blisteringly good under Arteta in the final third. You watch his assist, actually, one of the assists at least for Haaland. When he's just on that left foot with his vision and all that stuff on the left, bang. Obviously, on the right, you have to shift it. And, you know, those milliseconds could be the difference with a centre-half being out of position or just being able to get back. I don't know, man. Have to remember Noni is still pretty young too, far from his prime. He has a lot of time to develop and improve. I hear that, but he's 23, and I'll always reference Arsene Wenger when he said at 23, you know your job. You're not old, but you're not young. The Pitney thing's done now, if I'm honest. One love to the super chat, my guy, Tom. Appreciate that. Big up, DG. Respect that your IQ is high. For a man called Deluded, I can't take credit for that. Your channel keeps growing. I have to make it grow faster, so smash the like button. You're doing a good job getting on other platforms, building your brand. You're a great rep for Arsenal and humankind. I don't know what to say, mate. I feel a bit shy. I need to come on screen, man. Thank you, but I don't know how to react to that. Shout out God, innit? And if any Brownings are listening, hey, shout me. The streets are dark. I'm good looking. You get me? Tom is telling them, get me. I'm 30 now. By the time I'm 31, we can have twins. Well, I was leaving the game this summer, but that's, you know what, that's for another story. We might talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, love for that, man. Banter aside, I'm a fool, man. Pay me no mind. Pay me no mind. Like to view ratio is low. Hit the likes, people. It's free and takes half a set. Come on. The participation thing was the weirdest thing Arsenal fans ever did. Can't lie. Oh, you mean the petition? Sneaky, bro. Like, it's sneaky. Like, I'm not being funny, but like, whether you rate Madueke, whether you rate Arteta, whether you rate Arsenal, whether you rate Chelsea, it's a £50 million business move. Whether these signings work or not, like man, don't just wake up and say, "Yo, we're gonna just give Chelsea 50 million," or Chelsea, we're just gonna sell him. It's very calculated. It's done. It don't help anything. And for me, I always think I do think we have to criticize and praise footballers and managers fairly and be honest in it. But I do think people forget man are human. Now, if you're a footballer in today's day and age, honestly, you shouldn't look at social media, whether you're doing good or bad, really. But then I'd put myself in that and think, all right, if a man's signing for us, whether I like it, and look, now it's raining. As soon as I open the window, can't wet everything he's getting. Because who decided to leave their window massively open? Let me just do something and you just can't bothered. I knew buying this window would be stupid. In the summer, it's great. In inconsistent September showers, it's horrible. But yeah, we're back. Yeah, as I was saying, at the end of the day, a man signed for this football club, innit? Like he signed for this football club. I don't have to rate him. You can have your opinions, but he signed for us. At least make it a man feel welcome. Because when I strip it back and look at it, Madueke is not a dickhead. He's not an idiot. You know, people are not necessarily happy with Arsenal buying Chelsea players. We know you're not necessarily the flavor of the month. We know we kind of wanted like better. So the petition things and all of this is not helping. Like it's not helping. Like the one thing I'd say to footballers is at the end of the day, like fans are fickle, bro. You score a goal, you're a hero on the weekend. You miss a 1v1, you're horrible. You know, look how fickle football is. Like, there's genuine question marks around Pep, but Pep's bullied everywhere he's went. Bullied up this league. You had one shit season, you're finished. This is the world we live in. And this is a good point, to be fair. Remember, it was never about Madueke, the player. It was where he came from. True. My thing was, I think DG2 said it. It was like, cool, Madueke is cool, but like everything you do beyond that is going to sum things up. And I do think Eze helped out with that. It'd be good to go far in the domestic cups, more playing time for players like Dalman. Though, if we were to be knocked out early, though, nah, I don't want to get knocked out, man. I want to reach semis and finals and everything, man. Wait, DG, remember how anti I was when Madueke first landed? Well, now man's fully team Noni. The Eze signing made all the difference. And that's the thing. You're allowed to change your mind. You don't have to rate someone. I never rated Kivio, and I still don't really rate Kivio, but I have a new found respect for him. I never got behind the Kivio signing, but if you're doing well, cool. What signings was that? Do you know what? To be fair, in recent times, I've definitely many a player at Arsenal for you're shit. I used to think Monreal was shit, and then because I genuinely think you was shit for a minute, and then he became Mr. Consistent. Koscielny was mad dead. Koscielny was dead. Koscielny and Giroud. And then I had a new found respect for Giroud. Giroud, especially Koscielny. Guys like Koscielny, the fact that we plucked you from Lorient or wherever you was, you became a French international, at some point was regarded as one of the better defenders in the league. That sums up Wenger. He was crap. When he first signed, he was pony, mate. In terms of the US, a bit concerning that we have a World Cup there soon. One country I don't want to travel to at the moment. I hear that, and that's naturally going to be something, but you'd imagine security would be beefed up. And I know it wasn't the same, and I can't talk in a country I don't live in, but I could be wrong. But I'm like them lot have hosted Super Bowl and Olympics and things like that. And God forbid, because we don't want to ever see it, no one ain't been hurt. And to my knowledge, nothing happened in the Club World Cup. But it is legitimate concerns. But then, like, realistically, wherever the World Cup or these things have been held, there's always been question marks. When it was held in Qatar, there was a lot of stuff around, should it be there, human rights and all these things. Obviously, not just America, but it's in America, Canada, and Mexico, right? Obviously, with America, there's always going to be something where it's hosted. Ironically, well, you could say, I think if it was hosted in England, France, Germany, probably Spain and Portugal would do a joint bid. I don't think anyone would say anything, but then I'm sure there's certain things that would be said. Unfortunately, we can't have it in space, in it, so it's got to be somewhere. Hinkapie and Mascara come. Surely we don't need to buy any more defenders, but you never know of us. You never know of us. If you don't let our attack have freedom, even an FA Cup won't be ours. It's on the gaffer now. I wasn't for signing Madueke, but Madueke was calm against Leeds and Liverpool. I saw a decent performance against Leeds on the left wing. But then when he went over to the right, and again, didn't really do much against Liverpool, but he was our brightest spark. On the right, I'm like, it's not Saka, but we could do a thing with this. We can maneuver in certain aspects with Madueke, if that makes sense. So yeah, man. Likes to view ratio is low. Hit the likes people is free and takes half a second. Jerome. I said Raya was clear of Ramsdale from day one. Arteta outs were obviously in reverse, and now they're silent about it like it never existed. I think for me, the only thing I'm guilty of, I didn't see it was evident with Raya and Ramsdale which one was better. I was for Raya because I always said that if everybody remembers, Raya was the one that they wanted before Ramsdale. Obviously, it didn't happen. And I did have an ounce of sympathy for Ramsdale, but I think a lot of it was obviously Ramsdale was like a fan. His dad was chatting off like, boy, at the end of the day, it worked. Raya's better than you. Like, Raya might not be perfect, but Raya is better than you. Like, he's better than you. Simple as that. You have to make the gaffer. It's all fun and games calling for the gaffer to make unpopular decisions until it's a player you like. And when it works, no one don't, respectfully to Ramsdale, I don't want to say no one don't care, but no one don't care. I'm like, Ramsdale's biggest problem was he couldn't focus. Those issues. The power of the tongue is real. Need a bad B with a back end 25 mil. I need a branding. 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 I need 200 million quid. I'm with you, Riley. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Hit the like button, people, and subscribe so you don't miss streams or uploads. Hissan, you're always here as well. Big up my mods. The elites want a race war easier for martial law. There you have it. Exactly. And we're just going to be pawns and people can't fucking see it. Well, the majority of people can't flipping see it. This is why, man, I forgive up, bro. That don't at this point, if you're ignorant or you're obtuse, or let me say, if you're ignorant or if you're intentionally obtuse, that's your business, you know. That's your business because you're choosing to do that. You're actually choosing to be like that. Why is this frozen now? This is annoying. Fair point. Won't complain about depth. Kyler has said, "Sup, DG? What's your FPL code?" Well, we got another one who doesn't check the DG community tabs, innit? Put your hand out, Kyler, man, because you're not listening. Not listening. Oi, I'm getting the code for you, but in one of my leagues, I'm third. I've gone up from 7th to third. In my private DG Nation leagues, I've gone up from 11th to 4th. In R1, I've gone from 270th to 97th. Dark arts, we're maneuvering. How many points did I get? How many points did I? And we're back this week. And Buemo got 10, Haaland got 8. I'm messed. I should be a real manager. I'm too good at this. I need to change. What? He got 15 points. Tranquillo. Calma. You lot are not on my level. You lot will never make it. You lot are not good enough. How do I give you the code? Oh, there it is. Copy auto link. I do you one better. That's the auto link. And I'll copy the actual code for you as well. So then nobody can complain. Everyone's got everything. To be fair, man, I've always got spam. The spam kind of died down. Mods, clear up the spam. I'm empathetic, but there's so much BS in the world. The empathy needs to be allocated wisely. It's a narcissistic world. And if you don't truly understand narcissism, then boy, would the internet be made available to the public if there was no money to be made? Probably not. And to be fair with you, yeah, not having access to it, because there's probably, unfortunately, like, there's probably kids that ain't got access to the internet or people that haven't got access to the internet. And it's like, let's have it right. It's essential. I don't know if you're like 70, 80 years of age and all that, but what if you're like, well, however old you are in primary school, secondary school, well, let's just call it from like 10 to anything from the age of 10 to let's say about 60 odd. You need the internet in some capacity to do something. So yeah, man. Keep your thoughts coming, people. You lot are the kings and queens of this platform. 9 years old, DG still looks like he's 16. Come on, baby face killer. Come on. Well, the galley call me man, boy. I'm an idiot, man. Happy birthday. Come on, we're getting the maggies in tomorrow, man. We're getting the maggies in. I mean, our YouTube age is 9. Drinking maggies is crazy, you know. Hey, but yeah, most people have grounded views, but it's the extreme takes that allow this. If you just have convos with people as you're out and about, you'll realize most people think similarly. Can never say that word. Jerome, what you said there applies to life, and you're right. But piggybacking off that, what do I always say? Football mirrors society. That sentence is obviously about society and what we've been talking about, but you can throw that into football and football content. The problem with the world is idiots are sure of themselves, and people that actually know things are full of doubt. or are so intelligent they think I don't need to shout. People mistake arrogance for confidence and arrogance and confidence for competence, but this is the way the world is. DG, technically, DG, everything around us is because of capitalism, the chair, the PC, the camera, the internet. I'm not against capitalism. I'm not against it. It's greed that fucks things up. I'm not against ambition and all of that kind of stuff. I'd said I'm not against capitalism. Definitely not against it. Madueke and Glock 9 seem like they have a point to prove. They'll work hard for this team and will hopefully bear the fruits of their labor. I hear that. But hopefully we make their job a bit easier, because I actually think Gyökeres has adapted, even though he's not fully fit. Arteta needs to adapt to him. You got the tools, put them to use in a good stead. Ray, I'm good. I hope you're doing well and safe as well. The only problem with capitalism is that money is the end goal, not the betterment of humanity. But if it's better in humanity can make money, it'll be done. I don't even think that's there's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with having ambitions to make money. I just think greed. And once you start becoming greedy, salary and conscience don't overlap. Pardon me. Looking out for you in the way people clip shit. Don't go political too tough to easy. As much as you don't live in a bubble, that's why you're here. I hear it, man. Go look how they did Marcus Garvey. That's one of the saddest stories, you know. That's when I realized you can't save everyone, because like the great man of Marcus Garvey, for how he went out just reading his diary, like here's what it is. Like, I'm a bit of a weirdo. Like, I read bare, like, if I'm not reading stuff around stoicism or philosophy, it's like Napoleon and all those kind of things. Gandhi. If I speak, I'm in trouble. So let's leave that there. Big up DG, big up even your channels of Virgo. Big up all the Virgos in the chat. Smash the likes. What's a Virgo? The star sign thing. Virgo, you know. I'm an Aries, so my channel's Aries, but I hear that. Virgo, men, meaning. Let's see what it means. Let's see what Virgo means. Okay. Intelligent, practical, detail-orientated, often demonstrating a strong work ethic and a desire for order and efficiency. Okay, that my thing, yeah, or the YouTube thing, that my thing. Intelligent and analytical, practical and organized, detail-orientated and a perfectionist, hardworking and dedicated, helpful and caring, shy and reserved. Nah, reserve. You know, depends on the circumstance. To be fair, I'd say that critical, true. In love and relationships, this ain't my thing. Not overly romantic, therefore not loyalty and commitment. Who deserves my loyalty? Because when I count people in, they count me out. Love language. What the hell is this? That's what the guy love talking about it. That this love language thing. Anyways, sorry people. You not make my ADHD do too much. I want to see what Aries means. You lot brought up star signs. As an Aries man, a fire sign known for leadership is characterized by boldness, impulsivity. Yeah, I'm therefore impulsive. Confidence. Had to build blind confidence, really, if I'm honest, and a passion for adventure. Yeah, I do like adventure. I don't like being at home. Leadership and ambitious. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a leader, but I do think I'm ambitious, passionate, and energetic. Yeah, my friends would say that. Yeah. Impulsive and headstrong. Yeah, I'm sure my past romances would say that. Direct and uncompromising. Kinda independent and bold. Yeah, loyal and protective. Yeah, needs independence. 100%. Emotionally generous. Unfortunately, demands a strong partner. Yeah, they're not all the same. I'm therefore not. Okay, cool. Less of that. We are stacked where Arsenal's options are concerned, man. I agree. Before the season starts, we already know Martinelli isn't good enough now. It's jarring. Madueke was the most threatening player against Liverpool. So imagine if we was actually like knocking the ball around more than, because let's be real, like popping balls over the top really, and Madueke versus Kirkes. So imagine we was actually creating properly. And the reason I like Madueke at the moment over Martinelli and Trossard, and I'm being a bit harsh on Trossard because he ain't really been involved. You just, whether it's not pretty, but you look like you're using this. Not to diss Martinelli. You don't look like you're using this. You don't. And I've seen a bit more variety, expect more on the right. I understand the left foot on its on the left hand side. There's only so much Madueke can do. There's a bit more variety and a bit more calculatedness. Havertz can play attacking left centre mid. Do we really want to go back there? We got Kai, but do we really? Come on, man. Come on, man. Do we really want to go back there? It was dark. I'm not really trying to, unless needs be. I ain't really trying to see Marino or Havertz through the middle. To be brutally honest, though, I'd rather Marino up front if it came to it, because I think both should just be strikers for us. But I'd rather Marino up front and Kai in midfield, just because Kai's got a bit more. I don't want to see either, but Kai's got a bit more dynamism. He's got a bit more legs. I think I think Marino cup matches, that's you. I think in the Prem it's a bit too argy bargy. You're very Spanish in that regards. That it's one tempo, one kind of thing. I think you're better when you're up front and you're floating into midfield personally, because you are Marino's a very intelligent player. And it sounds dumb, yeah, but I just think he's a final action player or a final two action player. You want him to drop in and muck in and pass the ball, not be no dictator, but pass the ball. But generally, you just want him to run box crash, just get into the box. He always, just find an assist or find a goal and just keep it moving in that regards. Final actions. Your battle isn't against flesh and blood. If you know, you know. But yeah, Ange, man, I'm telling you, you don't want to go back to Kai playing left attacking centre mid. You don't. It's dark. We don't need to do that, man. Eze's here, Wanyeri's there. I'm on them experiments. I'm not trying to see that again. I can't lie to you, man. Big up Timber. Tuchel done well to make sure the top players have the intensity to damage when it counts. This is the lesson I hope Arteta has up his sleeve. He has to learn. DL, my Achilles. DG, is it really scapegoating Nelly or is it being honest? No, I'm not. I do think it is going beyond that into scapegoating. I hear you. I'm not saying to lay off him, but I do think it's going into that where everyone's just chatting on Nelly. I do think it's getting into that. Now I'm having White over Timber. White adds so much more to our attack. Okay, I hear that, but what in relation to Timber? Because Timber can invert more. He can defo cross. He defo gets in behind a bit better. I hear it, but Ben, and I love Ben. This is a safe space, but it's a bit basic. As a fullback, it's a bit basic, a bit traditional overlap. Put the little cross in, and I like Ben. He's a little shit. He's a little shit from set pieces and throw-ins and the time wasting and whatnot. But even that, the first job is to defend, right? I just think Timber's better than him, bro. I can't lie to you. I think Timber's better than him. I don't think White's anywhere near Timber defensively, 1v1, following runners and that. And that's not to shit on White, because I love the guy. Like, I think some Arsenal fans are doing that stuff where, oh, yeah, he might get sold next season. We need him to stay. Move Timber. He's solid defensively, but when he plays, we don't see the same from the right-hand side. I can't lie, the longer we go without winning trophies, real harsh stuff needs to be said, especially to the manager. Martinelli is finished. He's a Brazilian Timo Werner. I think Timber is the best right back in the league. Run it. Run it. Run it. This stuff here is why I tune in every day, bro. Ain't just football. It's real life. And it's life from real talk. Dapo. It's because of you lot. And then look who gets involved. Look who gets involved. This bastard comes back. Marcel, man, just said waffle. This guy, you can't take this guy anyways. Never serious, Big him up, but he's never ever serious. As he said, smash the like button and don't forget to concentrate. Healthy Reece James is cold. But we've been saying that for years. That's why I said Arsenal don't have a hard start to the league. Anyone who plays us in the first 6 games has a hard game. You'd rather these first 6 to 10 games now than in the business end, because that was the best time to play anybody, really. It's probably the best time to play City. DG never mentioned Garcia again. That hurts. I said at the time in the summer 2024 that it was ridiculous, for us to miss out on a talented goalkeeper because of 5 million euros difference. Espanyol wanted 30. I hear you. And if he signed for us or if he turns out to be better than Ryan, I'm going to look back. But you would have had the same Leno versus Ramsdale, or Leno and Czech, or Raya and Ramsdale, and it wasn't at our football club, but Petr Cech versus Courtois. Maybe potentially you could say that could happen with Donnarumma and Trafford at City. You could definitely say that I'm missing a team out. I'm exaggerating, but Liverpool at the moment with Alisson and the lad from Valencia, regardless of who's better, you can't really have two starting level one quality keepers. Something has to give at some point. I'm sure even Real Madrid had that with Navas. Something has to give. And what I mean by that is Garcia at some point, like surely 1 year, 2 years max, you would have seen him on the bench. Like he's not even in the, I don't think he's been called up for Spain, but in the latest squad, but he was on the cusp of a Spanish call up. He obviously played for Spain in the Olympics. The times we was linked with him, he's actually just starting to start for Espanyol. You're getting a taste for first team football. Do you really want to go and sit on the bench and hope to play cup games? Because Raya's playing game in, game out type stuff. So it's a bit of a myth. I hear you, though. But I also understand. Look, hindsight, I might think, raw, we missed out. But I also understand, rightly so, Berta coming in at this moment, because that was last summer, and saying, yeah, forget that. Order me, Barcelona thing, let that. Trust me, between Sesko and Gyökeres, we need money for that. You want your Chelsea experiment with Madueke, you need your money for that. You want another defender like every season, Mikel Arteta, you need your bread for that. We're trying to get Eze, Zubamendi, we just committed that. You ain't got time for that, bro. If I could sell some players, which the only stain, not even a stain, the only thing you could say about we never made no P's. We didn't really change. It wouldn't change in a matter of weeks, which is a transfer window. But we ain't really started to move the wheel in that in changing how people look at Arsenal as a selling club. But yeah, it was never gonna bang. DG criminal lost me my chat. I had just pressed enter to what sorcery. Could even have MLS and right. I want to see lewis-skelly in midfield. And I'm not gonna lie, Arteta in-game solutions, you could have ran that against Liverpool. Zubamendi could have come off, Rice go over to the right, lewis-skelly in midfield. We could have maneuvered. This is where I need my gaffer to learn, man. If I'm completely honest. I love Raya, but I see potential in Garcia to be even better. So do I. But we're just gonna have to spin it back. We're just gonna have to spin it back for the next one, man. We're just gonna have to find the next one. Anyone who plays us has a hard night's work. Forget what rivals say. Their managers clearly think different. We're not a joke team. Exactly. Tommy tax right off. DG, you know, you're not winning anything with Madueke. He's rubbish. Could win something with Madueke. Not reliant on Madueke. You need other players, but yeah, man. I think we're balanced on both sides. Ironically, against Leeds, I think we actually look better for large parts of the game off the left. But are we really balanced? What have we seen that balance? Is it Calafiori's doing his thing? We know Rice is going to be playing left 8, but I don't. And even that, you've now got to fit Calafiori. You now got to fit Miles Lewis. Well, you've got Miles Lewis-Skelly. You've brought Hincapie to the mix. Obviously, they might not be long-term solutions on the left-hand side, but the options of Madueke and Eze off the left, that was something we never had last season. It's down to you, Gaffer. Even, I think you could play Zubamendi on the left and Rice on the right. Forget all this 8 and 6 stuff. Just for this centre mids. Couldn't do that, man. Timber's technically more a centre back than right back, but he makes right back easy. Such a cold player. In what world can you show up for work for 6 minutes in a year and keep your job? Dang. Tommy had crazy potential like the RB, what could have been. It's a shame, man, because you could tell he's such a nice guy and he's injured. I still don't think he's got a club as well. I think that's Berta, though. I think Arteta would have kept. I'm not even saying this wrong. I think that's Berta, though, man. I think Berta's come in and say, yeah, Tommy, can't stay fit, son. Got a year left on your deal, pay you off. Obviously, people could say, why don't you do that with Jesus? And I hear it. In theory, it's not wrong. Come on now. Obviously, the hit that we take on just paying up Tommy Yasu's contract with Gabriel Jesus is a myth. I don't even think Gabriel Jesus is gone in January. I think that's the best solution for him, but I'm not gonna lie, man. Just for one game, man, I need to see Gyökeres, Bukayo, Gabriel Jesus off the left, Eze in the 10, Odegaard, Rice and Zubamendi. You lot fight it out. You lot fight it out. One of the two, or shit, fuck it. Even Wanyeri could come into it, and Miles Lewis-Skelly, and even beyond that. I know I'm not gonna see it this season, but it's more of a long-term thing. I dream of a world to see Miles Lewis-Skelly, Max Dowman, Wanyeri. I don't care how you lot do it. Just who's doing what in midfield. That's you lot's thing. Saka. There's probably some 12, 13-year-old that in the next couple of years is the next one that we've got. Him on the left. I might finally get my dream of having 11 Haylenders in the starting 11. I know I'm never going to get that, people. I'm telling you, Odegaard left centre mid and he'll cook differently. I do want to see him pull out to that left. Just because body angles, man. I want to see him on his left-hand side where he can do things in 1 or 2 touches. Obviously, playing on the right, being left-footed, as good as Odegaard is, you're always subconsciously going to think, because you're always going to want to shift it onto your right. And you know how these lefties go, man. You know, definitely at Arsenal, Santi's the only one that, well, he was both-footed, so by default, he's left-footed, that would use both. You know these left-footers, man, they never want to use that right. Saka only uses that right when he's scoring screamers. Pepe didn't know what a right foot was. Lewis-Skelly, pick him up. I've never seen him use his right foot. I've never seen Magalhaes use his right foot. I don't think I've seen Calafiori use his right foot. Oh, look at me, we're left-footers. I don't think I've seen Ranieri use his right foot. So, yeah, man. But when you got left pegs like them, it don't even matter, man. The fans who signed the petition need a good long look in the mirror. Snitching, really? What did you think was going to happen? The rain going to stop in 2 minutes? You lied, boy. Still raining. DG try channel his inner Mariah Carey and it rained. This guy's an idiot, man. DG, the sun is back again. Open the window. It's not in Edmonton. It's not in Edmonton. And I'm leaving it now. I'm not getting up again. I ain't getting up again. I rate Kivio. I've got a newfound respect for Kivio. I never talked to Kivio, man. Like, I don't really like. I understand new club and language and culture, and you know, to be fair to you, going from Spezia to Arsenal and you know London and all these things, it's a culture shock. But I don't. I'm trying to find the respectful words because I'm not trying to boy him, but I don't like the timidity. I don't like the timid thing. I don't mind my attackers. I don't want it, but I'd rather my attackers be a bit shy and timid and all these things. Like even looking at Ranieri and Miles Lewis-Skelly, if you know, you see Ranieri's a bit more reserved, isn't it? If Miles Lewis-Skelly was like that in defense, he'd be food. I don't like that with Kivio. Like, and I just never thought Kivio was levels. I'll be real, man. He needed too much confidence. When he looked confident and stuff, I used to sit here when we're doing watching. I was like, wow, I never knew Kivio had that pass in his locker. Hincapie, I know I'm getting. I know at times you're going to be a train wreck. I know at times you're going to start handbags. But I'd rather that. I need the like that's what the defenders I want. If we can see the first goal on Saturday, do you think the fans in the ground will boo or back the team like they did in 2022-23 to get them going? I think they'll back the team, but you know, Arsenal fans, bro, we're always on knife edge. God forbid, but you can see how the first goal goes in. Emirates silent. Oh my God, we lost to Liverpool. Liverpool are doing this. We might not win the league and da 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 da. And then obviously, if you lose 2 games on the spin, it's a sour taste in your mouth. I'd like to imagine it's a support thing. By all means, if you want to boo, boo, but at least while the game's going on, support the thing, man. Don't believe in fate on an individual level. You choose, otherwise you take no accountability for your life or actions. Yeah, I don't believe in. I do believe our lives are written already, and I'm a bit fucked in that. And I'd implore you all: any goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, aspirations, go for it, people. Don't fear failure because it's gonna sound morbid, but we're all gonna die anyway. So really and truly, what does it matter? What does it matter? But yeah, man, God helps those who help themselves. Remember the Koscielny own goal in his early days, bro. Yeah, he was. Koscielny come a long way, man. You are indeed accountable for your life's actions, even in a world without free will. It is your. Come, man, you're saying words I can't say. Geology, that thing that lands you in certain situations reliably. Twin research points is to that. Come on. Hey, Jamaica, we're going to the World Cup. I'm not saying we're going to win it, but Messi, you don't want to buck us. Mbappe, you don't want to buck us. You don't tread carefully. Sorry to my Trinidad supporters out there, but it's Trinidad where, blood. Come get your shit back. Come get your shit back. You get me? The landlords of the Caribbean just turn up and take over everything. Carnival's not even our thing. You go Notting Hill Carnival, bare Jamaican flags because we regulate. This little island just dominated the world. It's crazy. You lot catch up. You owe us. You don't need to pay your rent. Let me stop. Another thing with Noni is it's nice actually having some pace that isn't coming from Martinelli. True. And he's able to think. That's the thing for me. He's just able to think. He's just able to think. That's the main thing. Just thinking. Shane, one love. Just the thinking for me. Just think. Ramsdale did it to himself when he said he can't concentrate for 90 minutes and that he doesn't like playing outside his box. True. And I swear he had a thing where I give it to the fans and I'm looking at birds. And also with that, it's just at the end of the day, levels, innit? As much as I love Bukayo Saka and this one and that one, if there's ever an opportunity for Arsenal to genuinely bring in someone that's twice the ability of someone like Bukayo Saka, you'd be a fool to say not to do it. You always want to get better. Is what it is. Salute DG. Madueke's been okay since signing, so far, so good. I think the jury's still out for me personally. For all the signings, because no one ain't done nothing yet. Like, there's not been sample size in it. Like, no one ain't done nothing. So, but yeah, it's looking all right, man. Ramsdale's dad came out like his high school. Shouldn't have done that interview just for likes and attention. They both killed Ramsdale's career at Arsenal. That as well, but I just think he weren't level. DG, show your FPL team. You look all right. You know what? People want to copy my thing. It's cool. It's cool. I'm in it. Well, this worked my team. And this is a bit mad because I had Bowen. I never got my points for it. This is not my team. This is my team. This is a bit weird, but okay. It's calm though. We're warming. Don't worry. I played my bench boost already. I think I played a couple things already. I tried to do madness, but and Buemo, yeah, man. He didn't bang. I thought I was gonna be there for Eze against Liverpool. I can't lie, Arsenal, Liverpool people. I thought I was gonna do a madness. I thought Arsenal gonna sneak a little 2-1 win. Eze's gonna bag. Salah, it's a given. Arsenal got 3 points. I'm happy. We're maneuvering. You lot ain't got this though. Palace, girl. I even thought Brendan Johnson would do something. João Pedro, I've had him from the start. Haaland did his job. And Buemo, I think you're the only one I expect to score consistently for Man United. So, yeah, man. That's that. Did the squad survive the international break unscathed? We always pick up an injury, apparently. But you know what? Let's not get excited until Mikel Arteta's press conference tomorrow. Chat is going to go so left on DG. Wonder how long this stream goes for. We're here till we're not here no more. There's nothing wrong with making money. Making money isn't inherently evil. It's the love of money that leads to evil. I hear that. Yeah, Gandhi's not my guy still. DG gives off Scorpio vibes. I'm tired of this, man. It's like when girls say, "Oh, you're an Aries, but you've got Leo placements and fire sign and star sign." Yeah. Run the front. I ain't got that. I don't believe in the star. I do think the star. I think there's truth to star signs, but not in the way they're talking about it. Like, I don't. It's a bit voodoo-y for me. I said George Graham of the Zodiac. Bare political content creators are participating in Stowe. Yeah, but what is that? Stochasticity terrorism nowadays. I try not to watch a lot of stuff online nowadays because of it. You're gonna have to break that down for me, Hassan, and explain that, man. I'm an Aries just like you, DG. I'm April the 18th. Big up Poland and your fellow Aprils and Aries. Because some people in April, they're not Aries. I don't know what the other thing is, but they're not part of what we're part of. It's dead. Aries, we're here. Come on. But yeah, you're gonna have to break that one now. I wouldn't say it's nonsense. I don't think, nah, man, their things are real. I remember when I used to work at 9 to 5, yeah, and they brought in this yoga person or this meditation person. I used to think it was all nonsense. And the woman was like, I thought, let me actually buy into this. She, you know, when they say, like, follow my hand and, you know, relax all your muscles, close your eyes. Like, she was saying stuff like, close your eyes, free your mind. I actually bought into it. And I wouldn't say, like, I didn't get hypnotized or nothing, but it's booky. Like, it works. Like, it does work. It's booky, man. Losing before the international break is the worst. Yeah, it leaves a nasty, sour taste in your mouth, man. In certain games, I want to see Rice, Odegaard, Eze in midfield with Saka, Madueke, and Gyökeres up front. Creativity everywhere. I want to see better things. I want to see a Wenger 11. And people might not like it, but how would I even explain it? Like, Gyökeres up front, Eze in the 10. I've got crazy thoughts sometimes, man. Let's go to the tactics. I got crazy. Is there a website, people, you can select 11s and that? Is there a website you can select 11s? Because if not, we're just gonna have to type this by hand. But sometimes I've got crazy thoughts about stuff I want to see. Who said Eze false 9? I didn't say that. I never said that. But for example, you don't need to move, man. I can't concentrate. Sometimes I have mad thoughts, man. Like just get all the ballers in the team. Sometimes I have crazy thoughts. No, you can stay there. Just for the culture. Sometimes I have crazy thoughts, people, that you can go out there. Oh, we don't need to play with a 6, man. Or let's just say Saka, like Saka's not even involved. Like, let's just say Saka's not involved. Let's move you. Slap Wanyeri. Word to Wenger, just force Wanyeri out there. full solid guard there. Eze could play there. Like, bro, just slap Lewis-Skelly in there. Like, we could do, or just to free up a midfield space. You can play midfield anyways, Lewis-Skelly. Don't watch that, man. Don't watch that. Just slap that there. Swap them two. Dalman, you're younger, go out wide. I just want to see there's so many things I want to see. There's just so many things. I want to see the Wenger lineups where every creative player is forced in the team. I want to see some of the lineups where there's just pace. Do you know what? Madueke and Martinelli together in the cup, I'm trying to see that. But then, where it's all fun and games, us saying this, it's down to Mikel Arteta to provide that variety now and like go against the script sometimes. It's down to him now. It's a him thing now. If I'm brutally honest. White gets ripped all the time. To be fair, everybody gets ripped, man. Everyone gets ripped. I just think Timber's better than you. I love White. You're staying and being part of this, but I just think he's better than him. DG Kai went Super Saiyan last summer, like you 15 goals plus incoming and pushing Gyökeres to go. But what's mad, DG, is when people only problem with Noni is the money. Since when did we get so many financial advisors in the chat? If you think Noni hasn't been solid when he's played, you stopped watching ball. But man said DG Zodiac segment of the show. It's because of you lot. Somehow we go left with things. Man are arguing who starts. Look how far we've come. Just set up the right players and win the game. Amen. Amen. Teta is finished. Teta finished. Less of that. I still back Martinelli as a squad player. Squad player is your thing. He's young and can still improve, but 180k per week doesn't make sense. He has to reduce salary. The club will sell him. If someone wants to buy him for that salary, and also I don't think he should. No one put a gun to the club's head to give you the peas. Get your peas, my guy. Pardon me, Martinelli's problem is you haven't kicked on. If you just get some, whether you're gonna ever get back to your heydays or you could be a competent player, Martinelli, that's down to you. But we need more in it. We can't carry no one. Raya gets injured. We got Kepa. I'm a bit nervous about Kepa. I know he did his thing at Bournemouth, people, but I can't lie. I still don't really rate his thing, man. Like the cup games, you do your thing. I don't know, man. He'll have my support, but I don't know. I'm just shook. Raya is good. However, there are times when he puts his foot on the ball and takes so much time to decide what to do, he ends up passing the ball into trouble, as in the Liverpool game. It's true, Kojo. And that's going to happen. I remember North London Derby. I'm sure he done that for Partey. I think Romero might have ended up scoring. But that's going to happen. Not even trying to alleviate blame. We're playing out from the back. That's going, any team that plays out from the back, there's going to be them fuck-ups. I remember when Liverpool did it. Remember that game when we beat Liverpool at the Emirates where Reece Nelson and Lacazette scored? There's going to be those fuck-ups. It's going to happen. As long as the pros outweigh the cons, 9 times out of 10, we get away with it. When it doesn't bang, it doesn't bang, man. Chat, I love you, man. YouTube didn't give notification. We need to make a Discord group. But this is why I tell you, look, get in the habits of looking. People were so close to 100 likes. We're flirting. We're flirting. Oh, did I click off something? That would have been an L. See, it's raining for you. Man said greater chance of 11 lenders at Fulham than Arsenal. You're right, still. Bring Smith Rowe home, man. It helps. Ray J1. I big up Fords, man. My guy. I hope we win. It'd be nice, man, because obviously we lost before the international break. There's a sour taste in our mouth. You know how Arsenal fans are when we lose to Nottingham Forest. Arsenal fans, you know how the fans are gonna be up and down every week until it's confirmed that we've won something or lost something. We win with the best thing since sliced bread. There's another world where we beat Liverpool and we score in the same contexts, but we score a screamer, and everyone's like, "Oh, we're gonna do it. We won at Anfield." It's a long season. A week is a long time. And to be honest with you, I genuinely believe the season starts now. That's not to negate what we've seen in the last 3 games, but now everything's getting serious. We got to play Nottingham Forest, then you got Champions League, then you got City. The League Cup is coming into it. Champions League, like, they're just bare games now. Before you know it, we're in December, January, where there's still bare games, where we hope we go all the way. FA Cup starts coming into play. Obviously, fatigue, suspension, loss of form, injuries, as Wenger used to call it, the red zone. All of these things start having factors. Tactically, we might play differently, blow teams away. Now they're clocking what we're doing, so we might have to revert to what we used to do previously. It's going to be crazy, man. Genealogy. You lot allow us, man. Genealogy. Allow me, man. Listen, allow me with them words. Kivior was too inconsistent with his game intent. Ultimately, lack of foot speed killed Kivior. Really, Hinker was a great move. And if I'm honest, I remember listen. Big up Kivior for standing up tall against Madrid. But what other games of significance did he do? That there's more L's. He's not alone. But Bayern Munich, you fucked up. Lisbon, you fucked up. Brighton, you fucked up. Fulham, you fucked up. I remember your first year. It could have been your first year. You did. Madueke actually might have scored actually when he was at Chelsea. I'm sure there was a game you did your thing, Kivior, against Chelsea at the Emirates and United as well. Done your thing. Tell me you're a madman. Close the super chat. I appreciate it. I'll attempt it. But DG is Manor. Yeah, blood. Geology. Yeah, Tom. Hey, man, I'm just here to talk about football, not say smart words, man. Yeah, I'm moving that one. Done tonight. I'm not trying to embarrass myself. I'm trying to do what they call it, sounding out the words to. No more. Annoyed. Allow me. That's not me. You need to go somewhere else if you want to hear them words. Exactly. You might as well try to succeed. Go for that job. Get in shape. Chat to that girl. Start that business. What's the worst that happens? It flops. You didn't have it anyways. Exactly. How can you lose when you came in with nothing? Saka needs to stay fit. I don't want to see him against Forest, you know. Now, granted, I ain't a physio. If they say he's fit, great. But 2 hamstring knocks in 6 weeks, in 6 months. Like 20 minutes, cool. For me, I'm on this. Madueke, you lot can handle this against Nottingham Forest. Then you move to the Bilbao game. I understand if Saka starts as first game of the Champions League. We've got some big games to come. So I'm not even vexed at that. But I might even lean towards still Saka on the bench. Admittedly, you asked me midweek, I'll probably say start Saka, but I might lean to him still being on the bench in a game like that. City, he'd start if he is back. Swear I would have forgotten about FPL if you didn't just show your team. I'm trying my best not to forget about it this season. Thoughts on the assassination, DG? We've gone over that. Please. Sorry, Amani, sorry. We've gone over that. But shit. 420, you know. You lot are the legends. Trust them. Horoscope reading, crystal worshipping Jones. Shit. No, but you see, you don't get do that. You can play into your hands. You can play that into your hands. Idiots. They start believing his destiny. Oh my god, I'm an Aries. I think it's foolishness. In fact, let me not stitch it myself. They're gullible, man. But then I said again, a girl. A girl called me a whore yesterday. What was it over? I was talking about makeup, and I started mentioning setting spray. She's like, "You're a whore." I was like, "How?" DJ, I was gone when our scheduled Champions League UCL schedule was posted. Do you like our chances? Champions League, for me, we're not Real Madrid and them kind of teams there. So for me, not to be defeated, I want to go the way, but I would rather win the champs, but I'm more harsh on us in the Prem because I think it's more realistic. For me, just do what you did last year, innit? Just win as many games as quick as possible, qualify, you play it by ear and keep moving, man. That's how I am, mate, really. Just get out of the group and then we start seeing what's going on. What is this about fairies? You believe in yoga? I don't believe in yoga, but stretches and that helps. You got to expand your horizons. Yeah, it's Adam H. I hear it. I'm not doing that again. I tried. Mateta bullied him in the League Cup as well. To be fair, I've seen great centre, but I've seen Puyol bullied. I've seen every Rio's been done. Sol's been done. Defenders can get ripped in it. It is what it is. I've seen Henry mash up enough good defenders, but I won't get onto him for getting ripped by Mateta, but I just never had any real faith in Kivior generally throughout his time at Arsenal. Like last year, Real Madrid did your thing. Who else going to the Emirates on Saturday? I saw you better slap them up. Probably not me. I'm trying to get City tickets though. Yeah, you lot that tried, as your name says here, never mind. I'm not attempting that again. I am not attempting that. Yeah, Twitter was mad last night. And do you know what I hate with Twitter? Yeah, obviously with the whole assassination thing. It's like you see 2 tweets and you might engage with it. And then your whole thing is just filled with it. It's just like you can't get away from it. Which is sad. Genealogy. All right, Adam, see, we're stopping at that. Have I missed the news? See, we've been waffling so much here that we ain't got into it, but we're going to get into it. Let's see 1, 2 more comments. Jason, appreciate you, my boy. Big up, DJ. Don't always comment in the chat, but feeling it's necessary because your work rate is elite, brother. Keep up the good work. Appreciate the support, my boy. Thank you, man. Hinkapie will be a beast for us. Can't wait to see him in the red and white. Surely he's got to be on the bench. Surely he's got to be on the bench against Forest. Now, I don't know if he'll start. I actually want to see Miles Lewis-Skelly. I can't imagine he's going to start in midfield. Calafiori ain't put a foot wrong. We are getting to that period where we have to start being a bit cute and clever because what we're playing on a Saturday, they say it takes anything from 24 to 48 hours to recover from a football game. I could be wrong. I want to say we're playing on a Wednesday, but I feel like we're playing on the Tuesday, like next week. It's a quick turnaround. So maybe this is where Hinkapie might just get a random start. Miles Lewis-Skelly might get a start. Arteta's going to have to box clever now, man. We are in that period. We need to stop applauding average performances. Who's? This guy's awful. Hinkapie getting carded first game. Hinkapie's going to pick up a lot of cards. That's kind of why I love him, if I'm honest with you. But, yeah, man. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but them defenders, I like that, man. You need that. Apparently, we've been sent a Christian Mosquera warning by Gail Clichy. Apparently, we've been urged to curb our expectations over Mosquera. I must admit, I know I'm excited, but man are saying like we've got the Saliba replacement already. I think his potential's great, but calm down. Because a lot of fans, you know, he played well, mature performance against Liverpool. God forbid, but if he plays crap against City or Forest, the same energy positively, you know what's going to happen. Afternoon, Edwards, man. So, yeah, we have to take time. I hope he can get in the Spain squad. And you know what? Shout out Berto, 13 million quid. Even if it don't work, we're making, well, by Arsenal selling standards, I don't know. But even by us, we should be making double that. So, yeah, he could get a run in the side, people. What specifically has Gail Clichy said? And it's completely random, yeah. But have you ever read Gail Clichy's interviews? You know what? I think his finger came off when he was in an academy and they stitched it back on. I think he was talking about when he was in France, he jumped over some railings and he had a ring on. Obviously, when he's jumped, yeah, even me, it makes you want to vomit, innit? Just that memory just got triggered for some reason. I wouldn't say they should be feeling too safe or secure because coming off the bench and starting the game are two different things. Very true. And some, you know, Mosquera could have started the game and played terribly, or he could have come off the bench and played terribly, or vice versa. Anything could happen, but I don't know, man. If I was a footballer, I think it's in games like that. Surely it's got to be harder to. It's got to be harder to come off the bench because you've got to get your rhythm. You've got to mentally. I know you got to stay ready, but you've got to prepare. You probably weren't expecting, maybe not necessarily to play, but not to come on. At least if you start, I don't know when the manager tells everyone they're starting. Some people might get told a couple of days. Some people might only be told in a day, but there'll be some period of time for you to. Whether you're going to go out there and get destroyed or not, there's some period of time where you can rationalize things, if that makes sense. But he is right. Starting a game when people know you're going to start, the opposition will have analyzed your game during the week, looking at your weaknesses and strengths, which is true. You're quote-unquote an unknown entity at this moment in time individually. Coming into a game where no one's expecting you, having not analyzed how you play is different. He'll have been thinking about this the last 2 weeks, thinking, this is my time. I cannot mess around and miss this opportunity. I want you to think like that, but I just want you to calm down, if I'm honest. But then also, maybe I hear what Clichy's saying, and he's not wrong. But then there's maybe for more us armchair experts, like putting yourself in Liverpool shoes. Yeah, and I think they did try, and they saw Mosquera was 30. He's come off for Saliba. If you're Onslaught, not to be disrespectful to Mosquera, you're gonna say to your team, who the fuck is this guy? See what he's about. Test him, run at him, get him. See what his communication's like. Obviously, he did his thing, but yeah, man, he didn't crumble. When you come in, of course, you can crumble. I'm not going to say it's easier coming into a game like that, but no one expects you to do anything. You're on the bench. You're not expected to play. Now you'll have 2 weeks to think about what can go right and what can go wrong. Just keep doing what you're doing, Mosquera. All of this is within the brain of the player. You don't know how the player reacts. We could talk about the quality of the player, of course, and he has all the attributes to be a great defender, so Arsenal should be happy to have him. But for anyone that supports Arsenal, you cannot tell yourself that because he had a great game against Liverpool, he's going to be amazing for the next few weeks while William is out. Football doesn't work like that, which is true, and he's 21, so there's going to be a fluctuation. But I will say, I know it's very different playing for Arsenal and playing for Liverpool. I mean, playing against Liverpool, then for Valencia. But we can't act like my man. He's young, very young, base level there. He's not a spring chicken, bro. My man's comes from the Spanish kind of philosophy where you have to play under pressure anyways. He played 30 odd times and was a starter for Valencia. You've played at a hostile ground like Atletico. You've played against Real Madrid. So it's not like you've just been plucked out of Hayland and you're starting type of thing. But I don't think he's wrong. I don't think he's wrong. So often we see young players performing so well in the first year when no one expects them to do anything. Then the second year, when they have to confirm they're a great player, they fall short. So you have to give them time. Football fans and time? I don't know, people. Chelsea tried to ask about Max Dowman when we got Madueke, and according to Romano, they also tried to ask about Wanyeri. We won't read that because they weren't successful. Bayern Munich tried to sign Arsenal star for crazy fee. Liverpool glad they didn't. Let me guess, it's about Martinelli, and if they sign Martinelli, they wouldn't have got the Diaz, and Liverpool wouldn't have benefited financially. They wanted Gabriel Martinelli. To be fair, did they not try and ask for Cody Gakpo as well? After reportedly putting numbers in the 30 to 35 million euros bracket on the table, a move was put on ice, with Arsenal believing their Brazilian is worth much more. After revealing Bayern looked at Malik Fofana too. To be fair, you heard a lot of clubs were sniffing around Malik Fofana, but no one tried to buy him, people. Another player that was considered by Bayern for the winger position is Martinelli. Bayern also spoke to the agents of Martinelli. It was a positive conversation, but Martinelli is very happy at Arsenal and showed no intention to accept anything close to 30 to 35 million euros. For them, the player is worth way more, and this is why the negotiation never advanced. But Martinelli was a serious target for Bayern at the beginning of the summer transfer window. Then again, it didn't evolve because of financial reasons and also because Martinelli is comfortable at Arsenal. So we'll circle back on that, people. I was reading this. I'm not going to get into this, but apparently Tottenham fans can be rejected from jobs working with Arsenal supporters, judge rules. I mean, we all love football. Are you going to stop that paying your bills? Fair enough if that's you. Arsenal are not excited to lose a game. What does Clichy mean by that? I think he'll adapt. He is the type of player that Arsenal fans wanted to see. Probably not. Are they happy with him? And will they support him for sure at the beginning? They'll hope he does something amazing. I think this is about Eze or Gyökeres, to be fair. I don't think he's the sort of player Arsenal are used to. I don't think in the link-up of the side he'll provide what they need. I think someone like Isak was more suited, but Gyökeres will add something Arsenal didn't. I hear that, but you still wouldn't see the best of Isak because we don't create enough chances or any other striker. And also, Isak isn't here. Gyökeres is. So at some point, you said, between you, Arteta, Berta, the recruitment, the coaches, this guy can help us make it work. I think personally, Gyökeres has adapted. I need to see you lot doing the same now and playing to his strengths. When you look at the players they've brought, they want to use those lines, use those wingers, create 1v1s and get the ball into the box quickly. I think we'll see a new Arsenal, an Arsenal that is more looking towards those situations. Will it work? I don't know. Like we saw against United and Liverpool against top centre halves, it's not that easy. But I think that is what we are going to see more of this season. More freedom for the wingers, getting the ball into the box for the new signings. Arsenal wanted Isak for sure. Any team would love him, but it was down to whoever could match the price tag. And I don't think Arsenal were prepared to do that. Football in 2025 is about who can spend money. He's a special player. But for Arsenal, when you look at the additions of Madueke and Eze, it just feels right to have someone who's going into the box all the time. Is Gyökeres going into the box all the time? News to me. Charles Watson said, with the transfer window now closed, the priority for Arsenal is to accelerate contract talks with Bukayo Saka and William Saliba. Arsenal are confident that the discussions are going well and both players will commit their futures to the club. What else have we got? What is this titled? Hincapie could replace Gabriel with Saudi links to transfer and Miles Lewis-Skelly concerns people. Let's see what the Sun is saying. Mikel Arteta loves an element of yin and yang in his centre halves. I mean, he's not the first. Good cop, bad cop. Gabriel is an aggressor. Okay, we know we signed Hincapie, who's our 8th arrival. There's a 45 million option next year. Are you going to tell us what's going on? At some stage this season, it would not be surprising to see Arteta experiment with Saliba and Hincapie combination. I mean, it means Gabriel could be rested to test whether they could afford to let Gabriel leave, especially as the Brazilian has been linked to and reportedly shown an interest in a Saudi switch in recent windows. You can never rule things out, but it's not like he didn't just sign a new contract. So we didn't really do anything. And Hincapie versus McAllister was quite fun. He is going to pick up a lot of books. We got to remember he's 23. Against the RGs, or is that Argentina, helping Ecuador to a 5th straight clean sheet. Hincapie topped the stats charts with 2 interceptions, 5 ball recoveries, 9 defensive actions. And this is Argentina, by the way, a 90% pass accuracy and was not dribbled past once. I always find the dribbling pass statistic funny. Okay, that's good. But, you know, big up him, big up Mascara, but kind of got done by this article. Big up the women's game as well, because we're starting to have frequent games at the Emirates. And what a goal this was. I must admit, our women need to work on celebrations. I think we're too nice. I need to see a bit more passion in our celebrations. Hmm. I don't think we're learning anything here. Big up Ben White for having, a kid. There's now a concern for Miles Lewis-Skelly. The 18-year-old academy grad has played just 44 minutes of Prem football so far this term. How much did he play at this point last year? I hear you, and ultimately he's now an England international and things like that. And you have got Hingapi and you have got Calafuri, but calm the fuck down. Calm the hell down. This is why you want depth. His time will come. Relax, bro. He started 15 games last season. Exactly. So he could still start more. Everyone's form is going to fluctuate. Calafuri, don't lose your spot. Miles Lewis-Skelly, stay ready. So you can take that Hinkapi, come and take someone's spot, whether it's the two names I said, or Magalhaes' spot, or force Arteta to change some dynamics. Relax, man. I think Arsenal fans need to act like, don't act brand new. We're new to this depth stuff. Like, we need to accept this. But the media just always spinning stories. And he says it there, Arteta's desperate for competition in all places, which is cool. There's a school of thought that Calafuri was preferred to Lewis-Skelly in recent Prem games because of his height and physicality needed at set pieces. I mean, it paid off. Boy, big up Sago Jr. To me, I think he should have went on loan. I don't think he should be playing academy football, but big up you. That was a shit article, wasn't it? Getting back to Saliba, if Google Translate will help me, because I cannot speak French. Change that to English. We just saw something a bit earlier about rumors about a new contract, and apparently we've made an offer to William Saliba. Currently, he has a deal until 2027. He's discussing an extension with the Gunners. We've made a proposal. We face competition to keep him. Naturally, several big clubs are monitoring, and at 24 years of age, he's already accomplished and en route to accomplishing great stuff. Arsenal made their proposal. Discussions are continuing. The absence, which will be detrimental for Mikel Arteta, will have to do without a driving force in his group. Obviously, he's injured at the moment, an essential part of the London defence. The Spanish technician, as well as the management of Arsenal, really appreciate the Frenchman, a player who has more and more responsibilities and weight, but who assumes his status on and off the field. In recent weeks, residents of the Emirates Stadium, Google Translate is not helping us, have also started to talk about extending the player's contract. Currently, Saliba is linked to the Gunners until 2027. He'll reach a turning point next summer since he will be at the end of his contract in a year, what the English want to avoid at all costs. According to our information, Arsenal recently offered him a 5-year contract extension. The idea is to continue moving forward hand in hand together and for a long time. For the moment, discussions are continuing between the different parties, and we cannot yet speak of an agreement. The Gunners hope to obtain a positive response. They, who are well aware that several big cars, okay, well, he is a Rolls Royce, are following the French defender. AS explained to our site at the beginning of the year, Real Madrid is observing this situation, and they're linked with Canate. They could easily get both, man. Real Madrid are greedy. AC Milan are still linked with Martinelli. We looked at this yesterday, and we're simultaneously linked with Leao. Is anyone for that in January? Ademola Lookman, apparently clubs are going to circle back for him in January, something we also went over yesterday as well. What's this? Arsenal spent big during the summer, and we're already making more plans, apparently. Gabriel Jesus and Trossard could depart in January. It's going to be a busy January period for us, isn't it? We're apparently strong contenders for Stuttgart midfielder Angelo Stila. I can't say I'd have him, but I don't believe it after spending significantly in the last 2 years on a bunch of midfielders, really and truly. With Rice, Kai, I'm not saying everyone's my cup of tea, but you've brought in Norgard, Rice, Marino, Zubamendi. Odegaard's obviously the captain. You do have an Eze who could play out there. It starts to get a bit weird, doesn't it, Arsenal fans, man? It starts to get a bit weird. Hey, we got 100 likes, 104 likes. Big up you lot, people. We're growing. You can see I was happy with seeing Mikel Merino bag people. Have you lot seen our Champions League training kit? We always make nice clobber, innit? Shout out Hinkapi. Apparently, Nico Williams could be a doubt for Arsenal's Champions League game with a muscle injury. He's scared, man. He got pocketed in the last game. Just for the headline, Mikel Merino has shown his final third qualities. The question for Arsenal is the question is now is not if, but when. You can rotate in and out with Gyökeres, man. And do you lot believe that perhaps Arsenal haven't evolved beyond Gabriel Martinelli, but simply away from him? So by default, we have. And for me, people, good news. Football Manager's coming out on the 4th of November. Whoosh. About time. This better be the best Football Manager ever because you cancelled last year. Gabby Martinelli said, regarding Arsenal, it's like here in the national team. If you ask me if it's good to have Vinny and Rodrigo in the national team, I'll definitely say yes, because it'll help the team to win titles. And if you want to win, we need quality players. It's the same with Arsenal. I'm very happy with Eze and Madueke's arrivals as well. Trossard also plays on the left. So we're very happy when we have quality players by our side. We have a lot of matches in the season. A lot of things can happen. Injuries. So we're happy for the club to be looking for the best players in the league so we can try to win. Very mature. Chelsea have been charged with 74 breaches of FA agent regulations between 09 and 2022. Don't know what's going to come of that. According to Opta, Champions League favourites, Liverpool 20%, Arsenal 16%, PSG 12, Barca 8, City 8, Chelsea 7, Real Madrid 6th. Now, I guess the good thing is, yeah, these things are not one on paper. I big up Rants for the raid. Rants Rooney. Big up yourself, my guy. I mean, I wish this was right, but like, how do they quantify it? Is it because we got to the semi-finals last year and the quarters the year before? I don't know how this thing works, but I wouldn't say we're the favourites. Definitely wouldn't say we're the favourites. I think we've got a good chance of giving a good account of ourselves, and we'd love to win it, but I'd put Real Madrid above us just because they're Real Madrid. I know we got further than Liverpool, but Liverpool, PSG are the favourites because they won it. I actually think Barcelona should be very, very disappointed, if I'm honest with you. Look, the fact that they didn't win it. City, they get cut open with this, at this current moment. Martinelli has attracted interest from Saudi Pro League clubs as his future in North London remains increasing uncertain. So they, at this point, everyone's regurgitating the same things. Can you not believe for the first time in 12 years, apparently Arsenal have not had a single injury from the international break? And I think it's been the first time in a number of years we've had 3 games and there's been no reds. It must be different. Arsenal made just 1 error leading to goal since the start of the Prem last season. Where are we at for stuff? And this tells the issues. 55% of our XG this season has come from set pieces and penalties. So we've got Gyökeres, but you could have Gyökeres, Sesko, Isaac, Watkins. You're not setting up man to thrive, which I hope we can do, if I'm honest with you, man. Like, we need to find a way to get the best out of our players. It's as simple as that. Should we see if there's anything else? If you're not subscribed or smash the like button, what are you doing? Make sure you're doing such, people. Is anything? It's a slow news day. Darren England. I'm even like I can't read. Has been appointed referee. At this point, they're all the same, ain't they, man? Don't matter who you're getting. Rants raid Crawford by knockout 9-1 on Sky Bet. If you want to make big money, Lotto 15 mil has to be won. If you want to make small money, put £1 on every way Crawford can win. I don't advocate for gambling, but if you're following Warren's advice, gamble responsibly. Oh, that's gonna be a good fight. Team Crawford. Definitely Team Crawford. Canelo's a bad boy, innit? It's them two fighting, innit? Crawford's got this, man. Crawford's got this. It's gonna be great. What day is it? Is it on Saturday? It's be going out on Saturday as well. Can we watch that in the club? On the phone? 10 o'clock. It's like 2 in the morning on a Sunday. So it's worth it. It's a serious fight, though. It's a serious fight. Jerry, one love. It's a serious fight. Serious fight. Chelsea are expecting a financial sanction roughly similar to the 8 mil UEFA fine, and are not expecting a sporting sanction. So they pay the cost to be the boss, a bit like Forest, innit? And a couple of teams like, we'll just break the rules, take the cost, and keep it moving. Steeler is a baller, but we'll never go for him. If it was up to me, we get it. I just think we're not going to do that, like, because we're invested in midfield. You can make a case of, you don't know in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, if Marino's going to be here, Kai's going to be here. What's the other one? Norgard's going to be here. I think there's space, because I would love to have Steele or Zubimendi, Rice, the Odegaards, the Wanyeris, the Miles Lewis-Skellies, the Dalmans, guys that, can play in a bunch of roles and could have futures in midfield. Be great. Quality, man. I'm surprised. You know what? I'm actually surprised. Real Madrid have been linked to him. I actually thought he'd go United because he's what United need. No, we'll get another centre mid in a year or two as Norgard's old. I want one. Admittedly, even though I would like Steeler would be the exception, I want an out and out 8, man. Like, I know you can't find them, and I know, let's not, you know what I mean when I say I want an 8 in it, like Santi, Cesc Fabregas, like someone that's your strengths. I want that. I think that skill set is what we're missing. Mbappe trying to tap him up. Mbappe, come to Arsenal, man. Anyone can win at Real Madrid. Come on, man. Can you win via set pieces? Feel like it's your manager getting stale, not your current squad, but there's no one better to get. I hear you, and I'm not saying to sack Arteta or keep him, yeah, but at some point you're going to have to try something new. Obviously, if you get an ex-manager and it fucks up, then it is what it is. You have to try again. You could be in a relationship and not happy, and you're not going to leave that girl because the next one might not work. It doesn't make sense. And I would also say, where Arsenal's concerned, I hear that, and I can't sit here and tell you who the manager is. I don't know, people, because I love Luis Enrique. He's not leaving PSG to come here unless he wants a new challenge of London, right? But cast your mind back. Did we not get Mikel Arteta when he was part of coaching stuff? So surely that makes the whole who can we get thing even more relevant, because these lot have shown that they can bet on someone or find someone. Just hope he gets over the line. Would like to see Arteta play 3-5-2. Certain games, I don't really want to play three at the back, man. I'm not on the three at the back thing. Unless you're going to do historically what Inter and Atalanta have done, like where it's three at the back, but you're playing attacking. I don't want to set up like that. Certain games, yeah, because you can get two forwards and you can kind of get the midfielders in there. You have to sacrifice somebody. Do you think Eze starts? Surely Eze's got to start on Nottingham Forest. If you don't start against Forest, I can't see him starting away at Bilbao. Stranger things have happened. And you're not going to start against City, surely. Surely the Forest game is not the audition, because he ain't got nothing to prove, but pardon me, this is where you're playing your way into maybe starting in the Champions League or maybe playing against City. I don't think Eze long-term off the left is the best solution, but that's the best solution we got right now. Just run that, man. Honestly, just run that. Just get the man in the team. When you deep it, Eze is probably, I wouldn't say got the least hype at Arsenal because we've gone crazy. He's been announced and whatnot, but Gyökeres was a long pursuit. Zubimendi was a long pursuit. Madueke provided different talking points. Big up Mascara and Kepa and Norgard and the squad fillers, some who might be squad fillers today and regulars tomorrow. But when you get beyond the excitement for Eze, he cost the most money. So maybe I'm looking at this naive, but if I'm Kroenkes, I'm better. Or let's say I'm Kroenkes, I'm like, right, like we've bought 8 players. You've cried about depth. We've given you P's. You got to get the starter in the team. Like, it's not my business if how you want to get Kai Havertz and Odegaard. And if you want Martinelli because he's going to track back, you need to get my man in the team. Eze needs to make sure the manager can't deny him. Because for me, Eze's got stardust. It's not Salah and Mane, but that's the kind of angle I'm trying to go for, where you've got, well, Saka's our Salah and Eze could be our Mane. Obviously, they're not like for like, but in terms of danger, man, like, bro, just start Eze, bro. Just start Eze, man. Just start Eze. Change the tactics, whatever that is. You know, put the handbrake down. Start laughing, bro. Have you seen the Athletic Arsenal trying to do the multi-club thing with Colorado Rapids? Is that another one? We need to buy other clubs. Colorado Rapids will always be part of the Arsenal group because the Cronkies own both of them, innit? And we need to start doing that. Did we not sign that? What's that eat, man? We signed someone. We sold him as well. Austin Trusty. I think I don't know. He actually might be playing for Celtic, I want to say. But we had him for a year or so. Smash the likes and subscribe if you haven't. How many goals has Madueke scored for Arsenal again? You're a hard, nasty man. He's scoring on the weekend, though. 65 to 70 minutes. Calafiori for Hincapie and Zubimendi for Miles Lewis-Skelly. More likely to see Norgard. To be fair, it'd be nice to see Norgard make his thing, his debut. I don't mind praising someone for scoring a few goals or goal line clearances with a few assists. We need to stop applauding poor average performances. Harsh. Will Forest be high line? You never know with Postecoglou. And that's the only thing. But you'd imagine, surely it's too early because they've had they've been a defensively sound team on the counter. That's what they've been working on for years. Surely you can change things, but in a matter of days, you can't go from that to what Postecoglou, like you look at Espirito Santo and Postecoglou, they're worlds apart in terms of how they look at football. Like, you can't just in a matter of days make these guys that know how to play on the counter and being solid, we're just going to go forward. But they do have the players to do it. And I'm actually happy they ain't got Alanga, if I'm honest. I'm more confident playing them with Postecoglou than the other week. Because we can't break down the low block. But Ten Hag got the personality of a fridge. Damn. If you ain't got Netflix, it's a Vit Pro thing, undercard trash. But can't wait to see Bud take out Canelo in front of his own fans in his first fight in Vegas, 70,000 plus. You know what? I'm a Crawford fan. But I don't know, it's the sun has finally come out and open my window again. Canelo's a serious guy. He's a serious guy. I don't know, man. If I was a betting man, I'd put the money down on Crawford, Wakanda and that, but it's dark, man. Ah, mate. I don't even know what weight these men are yet, but these kind of weight dons, these are the better fights, man. Heavyweight fighting is in the toilet now, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. David Q, wronging, mate. He's pled not guilty, apparently, to the mad thing, but yeah, man. Triple G couldn't knock out Canelo, but Crawford can. You know, I was thinking that, you know. Well, it's the man then. We could do anything. We could do anything. We could do anything. We could do anything. I don't think it's a knockout thing. I think it goes all the distance, man. I think it goes all the way, man. No one ain't getting embarrassed, if that makes sense. Relegate them, man. Crawford gonna move too well for 62 plus fight Canelo. Plus, with the extra weight, he'll be throwing them spiteful shots. I think it goes all the way, man. You know what? I think it's decided on points, and I hate when it goes to points because it starts, as you lot know, it starts to get a bit political. I put 100 on Crawford, a responsible gamble. Crawford all the way, man. Shell shit, sang Ganacho, and all of a sudden they're facing troubles and possible bans, sensational stuff. You know what? Sometimes, yeah, I always wonder when clubs buy buy bare players and do bare things, do they know these things are happening? Crazy. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Be interesting to see what's going on. Bud stoppage by the 10th. I think it's getting points. Never bet against a man from Omaha, Nebraska. Canelo took the fight, so he probably wins. He never takes fights he could lose. Is that entirely true? Is that entirely true? Is there anything else with where Arsenal's concerned? So it's going on in the world of big up the galley. When's Mikel Arteta's press conference? Anything new in the last hour? Let's see what that is. I bet that's about Saliba. We have gone over that already. If that's about Saliba, we're not reading that. Yeah, man, we've already read that. We know about all that stuff. In terms of training, no William Saliba, Bukayo Saka or Kai Havertz, but Hincapie joins. You never know. So yeah, man, I don't expect to see. I know some reports are sounding bullish. I don't expect to see Bukayo Saka against Nottingham Forest. Nobody expected to see Kai Havertz or William Saliba. But we get to see Hincapie in it. And we pray to God that there's no further injuries in it. So yeah. As my man here said, hit the likes, people. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss streams or uploads. Andrew will slap you, man. You Man United fans doing that twerking for Spurs shit again. Did you not lot learn? You lot love it. They play the clubs you say what about my club. You lot twerked for City. They've done the treble to you lot. You twerked for Spurs. They've done that. Come on. Just focus on your own thing. Don't watch us. I know you lot are praying on the downfall. They say it when Arsenal collasses. When we collapse, I guess for you lot next year, if that happens in the current theme, sensational stuff. But for now, corner boys in the building. A's up 3-3's up. Gyökeres is scoring. Madueke is bagging. Shit, you might even see Max Dowman. I ain't scared of no and Postecoglou. He could bearing in mind he finished Spurs 7th. Spurs finished 17th. He could get if he does all that mad attacking bullshit, he could get relegated. They could rub out very quickly. I don't rate Liao. I don't rate Liao as high as I think some people do, but I'd have him. I'm tired of certain man already, as you lot know. Crawford said he's going to be on him since round 1, so that means knockout. Yeah, but it's boxing, poker card. You're chatting a bit of shit. Like, if you're Crawford, you've got to respect Canelo. Canelo's got to respect him. Only the paranoid survive. These are two dangerous men. If either catches each other, it's dark. And it'll be a great spectacle. You'd love to be there. To be fair, you'd love to be there. You'd love to be there and watch it, man. Get the pints in. Well, first nah, I'm not getting pints in. I get the pints in at the hotel. Then it's just pure rum, and then we're lit. And then a certain thing. Wait, this is Vegas. Certain things must be legal over there. Be lit. Allegedly, whatever that is, I always see someone comment that. Finishing 17th with that squad is crazy work. They're even competing with Forest. They shouldn't be. They should be wanting them to lose. Is facts still. It's facts, man. We're not taking in Man United fans. We got 99 problems. Them man are not one of them, man. You lot are funny in the comments, man. I asked questions of Arteta, but he slapped them in their head-to-head record. We're not twerking for Spurs. We just want the Ops to lose. And to an ex-Spurs would be funny. But hey, and the difference is we're better. We wanted you lot to win the Europa League final, but you know, you let down your own fans. You're gonna let down Arsenal fans, let down Alex Ferguson. I wish I was there, not been US since 2017, never been Vegas. It's a mad place. You remember that guy shooting from his hotel window at a festival? Feels like that shooting stuff is becoming all too familiar now, man, unfortunately, which is sad. But Vegas looks lit. My brethren went there, and I won't reveal what I saw on the private Snapchats, but looks like the place. And I don't know if it's true, but he said it's like there's no clocks anywhere. Like there's no clocks anywhere. Man said get to 200 likes, DG will get pink hair. If you ever go Vegas, Planet 13 for them activities there. I don't know what you're referring to. What I'm gonna do is Planet 13 Vegas. Oh, swear down. I can't. Let me shop. Let me press the shop button. Yeah, man. Just let me see shit. Yeah, man. I just want to visit, bro. I need to go with these shits. Shine monkey, but yeah, Vegas is seeing me still. DG needs the blonde hair. Cisse, you're going mad, man. Is Aaron Ramsey or Odegaard better? Ramsey more clutch. Odegaard's better footballer. Throw them both a ball if that's what you're asking. I don't know anything about bro, but getting shot in front of all them kids and his family is tough. Darkness, man. I didn't realize boxing night in America is mad late in Europe. Yeah, it's probably not the same, yeah, but the only way to equate these kind of things, UFC is probably more of a killer, I'd say, you know. UFC, boxing's late, but I'd say UFC is the killer. I normally just record that. I'm watching that Sunday morning. I can't, like, I'll stay up for a couple of fights. Main event, I'm falling off. The only way it's not the same, but it's kind of like sometimes when you lot want to watch football here, or I would say if you're in Australia and Asia, it's like when you lot are waking up at stupid o'clock to watch, obviously, the British game. Glock Nezler his toilet. He might be. My striker's got 2 and 3 though. Your fans on Twitter are gassing up a first touch. We don't know his celebration. You care more about Glockerez than I do about Sesko. So it's all right, BR. You're one of the members. You're one of the mods, sorry. So your heart's in the right place, man. But just tranquillo, man. Tranquillo. DJ, I got a timeshare in Vegas. If you ever want to visit, bring at least 1K worth it. Swear down. There. I'll never dye my hair, mate. You going crazy. I said pink and blonde. Maybe for £1 million. 5 bags. So yeah, man. With that being said, though, man, I'm sure you lot are bored of hearing me for 2 hours. Big up Rants for the raid. Big up everyone who was here before. Big up everyone, man, because without you lot, it's dead. And as we're approaching the end of the international break, I have to hail you lot up even more because you lot support hasn't gone anywhere. It's always a pleasure. So yeah, man, make sure your notification bells are on, all that good stuff. And on that note, we're out. Hey, Man United fans, you've seen DG score before you've seen Sesko. Let's read it.
Against this right back, Charlie, definitely.
Like